love this place! I love this place!
Hey, man, is that
Double D?
Yeah, man. Well, turn it up, man.
Let's just go in and, like, kill all the orcs, right? They're the bad guys, who gives a shit? We just hack and slash and we loot their dead bodies, right? Hack and slash, kill them all, you know, conquer the infidels.
Boy, that campaign sounds like a barrel of fun, doesn't it?
Somebody who's opening a refrigerator and leaning in, right, is the language of a woman. Somebody who's opening the refrigerator and being cut off halfway through that lean is the voice of like a mermaid or a siren, right?
This is not the face of the hobby anymore. And I think there's been mistakes made in years past where people assumed that D&D players were all, you know, white dudes in a basement, which has been a faulty assumption for a lot of years and gets more and more false every day. And so it's, in my viewpoint, honestly, guys like me can't leave soon enough.
I just had to be born with empathy and a weakness for socialism and femboys. For socialism and femboys.
For socialism and femboys.
You gotta put a little hot sauce on the taco, you know what I mean?
We want this dwarf to be the dwarfiest dwarf.
Right.
We want the elf to be the elfiest elf.
And just the dashiest dash of Tabasco.
Their voices need to carry across water.
I'm a creative. It's a huge drain, right? Because fans can be awful.
When we got the descriptions, they were very adamant. They were like, try not to make it like a white blonde guy. Like, please, like, we love them, but there's like 500 million of them.
The diversity that the characters need to have needs to reflect the gaming world now. The mix of people that are playing these games, you know, it's not, you know, 13-year-old white boys held up in their basements. It's a very diverse crowd, you know.
You say white lives matter, they don't. White lives don't matter because white lives aren't a thing.
What's this? What's this? It's the jacket.
The jacket.
The jacket.
Lutherville, Marina Del X, Otisburg. Otisburg? Who's this monster? She's got her own place. Otisburg? It's a little bitty place. Otisburg? Okay, I just wipe it off. That's all. It's a little town. Yep.
We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live! Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live! Fucking thing sucks!
In 5, 4, 3. Great sandwich!
Just try and whack it. Yes, this is good. Again. That's it. And again. Try and breathe. Relax. That's it. Out the move. Back up. Whoa.
Double zeros, baby!
I love this place!
Thank you. Little last minute detail.
Think how important punctuation is. In this description, it says Matt Colville, latest RPG scam. And there is an exclamation point. But what if there wasn't? Latest RPG scam with Rogan and Crazymouse. Like, we're involved in it.
What?
Yeah, like we're involved in it. Look how important punctuation
That is very important.
Gonna sell out my co-hosts here.
I wouldn't
put him to the question.
Rub elbows with that grifter.
Steely-eyed motherfucker.
We'll be talking about the Matt Rat. Don't you guys worry. Squeak, squeak. God, this guy is shameless. Shameless.
Hey, I mentioned this to Double D the other day. I like brunettes. I was a Marianne over Ginger person, but I'm also a Janet over Chrissy person. And it just reminded me of it in the intro with them eating meatballs in the back. So, are you guys married? You know, Janet or Chrissy? I don't know. Or her cousin that stepped in. What was her cousin's name?
Began with an S, didn't it? Can't
Got
remember.
one right away, buddy.
I remember the actress. She was really tall, like blonde. Yeah, wasn't she? Hey, Hungar, how you doing? $2. Welcome to the show, everybody. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
One
Thanks,
more?
bud.
Yeah.
Disco Barbarian, the man, he pays $5 to send us out the right way. Yardog brothers and sword sisters, mount up. It's skull crack-a-lackin' time. Thank you. Thank you, Disco.
This week I'll be more careful on who I start banning, too. So,
Yes, it's Surly here. Oh, there he is. Yeah, Surly's here. Yeah.
Cindy Snow.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Chrissy Snow. And was that her cousin?
Cousin.
Cousin. Okay, yeah. Hungar is a defender. I knew that.
Was her name like Phyllis or something like that? Barnes? Priscilla Barnes?
Priscilla Barnes, yeah.
Yes.
Disco Barbarian, $2. What the F? 2.5 trillion people in the chat and only 15.
I know.
What is this?
Smash that like button.
Come on.
Smash that like
Hey,
button.
shh.
Everyone take turns tapping it. Go on your second account.
Start cracking skulls here. Crafty Matt. My man, $5. Still probably shaking off that horrible Notre Dame loss to is it Northern Illinois.
Oh my goodness gracious,
Matt! I was thinking of you that day.
Actually, look at it from another point of view. It saves you heartbreak from later on down the road
Yeah.
when you were just like, we should be in the playoff. No, I don't know about that.
Crafty Matt, $5. How is it that I keep getting the scoop on MCDM's fail train of greed and avarice? That's right. Yep. Thank you, Matt, for the scooperoo. I think he was the first. And then a bunch of others kind of said, Double D, did you see this? Yeah, some people were saying early Janet was the hotness. Let's put it this way. I respect I'm not a huge short hair on women fan.
Sometimes some girls can pull off a pixie cut.
And in retrospect, she did. But, you know, I kind of defaulted, even though I'm kind of a brunette guy myself, I kind of defaulted to Chrissy there.
Do you know that there was like a clause in the contracts where Janet didn't wear shorts?
Oh, really?
So that Chrissy would get all the attention.
Yeah.
Janet could pull off those jeans, though. She looked great in those jeans. But
yeah, I definitely owe her another look. And as I think me and Crazymouse were talking about the whole Gilligan's Island. I'm just like, you know, people always say now, it's like, well, you know what? I'm actually more of a Marianne fan. It's like so many people have said that now Marianne, it's flipped, and that Marianne is like the default, person that everybody loves and everybody thought was hot. And I did too. And she seemed like a very sweet woman. Dawn, what's her name? Dawn Wells. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's another one. And when I look back, I'm like, Ginger.
We looked it up the other night. Ginger's the only one still alive.
Yeah. She's, I think, 90.
Yeah.
Wow. She's older than my mother. Crazy.
Still a pretty lady back in the day, but I was a Marianne person myself.
We got a Heather from the Fall Guy. That's Heather. Remember when the Heathers were famous? There's Heather Locklear and Heather Thomas.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Heather Thomas, yeah.
Yep.
If you were mixing up your memories, you'd be like, oh, yeah, Heather from The Fall Guy. That was Heather Locklear. And it's like, no, she was on TJ Hooker back then. Actually, she might have already left by that point. Because wasn't she on, was she on Dynasty? Yeah, she was on Dynasty. Well, everybody's probably like, what the F did I walk into? We're talking about...
No, they're not, because we're getting Bridget Nelsons. We're getting Cannonball Runs.
That's right. Hey, I guess we're just... this is the way we're going.
Red hair and big cans rule.
Says the edgelord. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep, there you go.
I'll buy
Yeah,
that
I mean, it's like, in retrospect, you look back, she was a knockout. Look at some of her, bikini photos from back in the day. What's her name again? Her real name, Ginger. I can't remember.
Tina Louise.
Louise. That's it. Tina Louise. Yeah. Linda Carter. Yeah. Linda Carter was hot too.
I think I look back for myself in regards to actresses from way back in the day. You know, I find the sexiest. If I could go back in time, or if I can bring them out of time, it'd be Julie Newmar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
I think
I'm with you. Yeah,
she's the one.
Yeah.
She's the one for me.
Yeah, we'd be fighting over her. Yeah.
There was
Catwoman costumes on her.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, man.
Yep. Damn. Aaron Gray from Buck Rogers.
Aaron Gray.
Fine,
What a
fine
hottie.
dupe on that.
But you know what?
Remember B? They called her B, but her name was Beatrice from Vegas with Dan.
Oh
Tanner.
yeah. That was like Dan Squeeze, right?
Yeah. Well, she worked in the.
She
office.
worked for him.
Yeah.
But there was like romance there at some point, I would imagine. Patrick Demo, good to see you here, my friend. $5. Everyone smash that like button like Garibay smashes his Gygax effigy. Go ahead. Hit it that hard.
Hit it.
Yvonne Craig. Batgirl. Buck Rogers. I was always a big fan of, I think her name was Princess Ardala.
Yes. The brunette.
Yeah, that's where I kind of defaulted back. I was like, I don't get me wrong, I always appreciate it. I actually really did like Aaron Gray, but man, those episodes with like Princess Ardala, woo.
Hubba.
Hell yeah. Barbarella. Zach Sander. Barbarella was hot.
He also put in a vote for Christy Brinkley.
Yep.
And Raquel Welch. He's all over the place. He can't make up his mind.
Yeah, you can't just list every
That's all right.
every cheesecake from the 60s.
Trying to settle the score in regards to what your favorite, hot celebrity is. It's like asking you which one of your children is your favorite.
My kids ask me who my favorite is all the time. I told them it varies. I'm up front with them. There's days I'll be like, I'll tell you who it ain't.
Oh, we got Lindsay Wagner. We got the Bionic Woman now. I got to admit, Lindsay Wagner never did much for me. It was kind of an okay show, but let's face it, it was always in the shadow of the Bionic Man.
Mm-hmm.
So, Bionic Woman.
I never mind.
Say it.
No.
You can leave us in suspense
Now
there.
I'm curious.
I always have a thing for cartoon characters.
Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Doofenshmirtz's daughter is really pretty from Phineas and Ferb. Of course, Snow White.
Oh yeah, I'll grab this.
We spoke about that before.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name.
Who was the spy one? Who always dressed in black? She had like red hair.
Oh, Kim Possible.
Kim Possible, yeah. I remember people used to make like filthy memes out of that.
I posted a picture
of.
I was at EN World. What was it? Nutkin Land. Of her and a drawing of her in a bathtub.
Yes, that's probably what I'm thinking of. That's what I remember.
People calling me a pedophile. It's a drawing, you douchebag.
Yeah, it's a cartoon. Print up.
Doofenshmirtz's girlfriend.
$10 north of the Rockies. Princess Aura from Flash Gordon. Oh my God, yeah.
Oh, no. Can't think what's her name. Oh, it's right on my tongue.
We're getting some Daisy Dukes.
She was like an Italian, model.
Shoot.
It's a really brilliant strategy. Chris Miller, $2. Daisy Duke. Yeah. Look, you can't go wrong with either of the Bachs. That was that Catherine Bach?
Yep.
And then Barbara Bach from The Spy Who Loved Me.
Bleeker wants to know which brother was the hottest. They were cousins, so they're not brothers.
Yeah.
And there was 4 of them.
I remember the one season their cousins came in.
Yeah.
It was like two off-brand Bo and Lukes.
I guess I just have a question, and those were cousins, which makes me think, how many brothers and sisters did Uncle Jesse have?
Oh yeah.
Hey, I got family, my father's family down south. They could be hundreds of them.
Yeah. Ornella Muti. Yeah, that's right. And I actually looked her up, Chris Miller. I'd seen Flash Gordon and I looked her up. Yeah, Ornella Muti. Thank you. Yeah, and she was, she really pretty back then. Think about those Italian models. They weren't afraid to, be a little risque and their other thing. Conan. Oh yeah, $2. Crafty Matt. Conan's mom. Yeah. See, and the thing is, I've always that famous, pose with her with the sword, behind Conan or in front of Conan. But I'm not even sure what her name was. She probably had to be Italian or Spanish or something because it was a Dino De Laurentiis movie, I'm guessing. It's probably some Italian. But yeah, what a wonderful mother she was until Thulsa Doom.
A lot of people
took her head.
a couple people are going on and saying Jennifer Connelly, who's current now, who's very pretty.
Very pretty.
We like her too because she's around our age, so
Do you
it's
hear
like
that
we
theory
don't have to
about,
feel bad.
The
for-
newest Top Gun movie, Maverick. So in the movie, there's a theory out there that Maverick really dies during the beginning of that movie, and all of it's just a hallucination because his body went too fast in that plane at the beginning. And all of it was like him reconciling with Goose's son and his old girlfriend, who was referenced in the first movie, that Jennifer Connelly character. So
I remember you said that. I thought about that the night you said it the first time too.
Yeah.
Interesting theory. I don't think that was the intention, but I always like hearing that. You know, it's like the whole Saint Elsewhere thing, you know, like everything is like in that kid's imagination. You know, that like little autistic kid. So like all these like universes are like together. I always will entertain
Isn't
those.
Saint Elsewhere and The White Shadow the same universe? Is that the right one?
Yeah.
Coolidge worked there.
But there's a bunch of others too. It's like a bunch of others too that are somehow drawn in. Like, I think it's because of that kid. I never quite understood it because I never really watched those shows religiously. I'd catch an episode here or there. Can't believe we're just noodling about shows and we got like 140 people here. But apparently these guys like it. Buffy.
Talking about pretty girls? Who wouldn't?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Buffy. I like the cheerleader in Buffy, the San Diego Charger cheerleader. What's her name? Charisma Carpenter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Easy. All day long over Sarah Michelle Gellar. Charisma Carpenter, not even close. Star Trek V was a dream, says Nathan Robinson. Well, I like Star Trek V unapologetically. Our friend Disco Barbarian, $5. Love all of them listed so far, but my first celeb crush was Olivia Newton-John from Grease. Yeah,
which is the other fan theory that's all a hallucination.
Yes, yeah,
and that's why that car goes up to heaven at the end. Getting some Anne Hathaways.
Yeah, I like Anne Hathaway too.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she did a great job as Catgirl.
Yeah, I did too. I thought she was good. Eva Green was good. Eva Green is kind of raunchy.
Look who's making it rain tonight?
Snake Oil Sean, 5 memberships. Mr. Consistency, just like Disco and all the rest of you guys who super chat all the time. We really appreciate it. Thank you, Snake Oil. Thank all of you guys for
Nick did
throwing
some
a little
research.
money. Conan's mom was portrayed by, Nadiuska, who was a German model. Okay, yeah. I figured she probably had to be European of some kind, just because it was Dino De Laurentiis. Kelly LeBrock. You want to tell the
I got a Kelly LeBrock
quick story
from
about your dad?
And the woman in red, she showed everything. And she showed her cooter, too, if anybody doesn't remember that. Well, anyway, I was watching it. My dad was asleep on the couch, and they showed that scene, and I was watching it on tape or whatever, VHS, and I kept rewinding it, and I probably watched it like 3 times, and I was like, holy cow, did I just see what I saw? Rewind it again. I was a 12-year-old boy. Round it again. I didn't know it, but my dad was awake, and he's like, you've already seen it. Stop rewinding.
Busted. I remember I came back from a baseball game. I probably was like maybe 9 or 10, and there was this movie, I think it was called Nunzi or Nunzio or something like that, and it had nudity in it, and I knew it was going to be on after the baseball game, like Little League, literally I'm 10 years old or whatever. So I run home, get changed, I go down in the basement where my brother's kind of room was, where there was the other TV, and I put it on, so I'm down there watching it. My older brother Mike, he busted me. And then he ratted me out to my parents. It's like, yeah, look what Double D was doing down there.
Oh, I have a ratted out story, which Phoebe Cates from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Thank you, John Osborne. I was going to say that one. That's the most paused thing in movie history. Is that
good reason? Good reason.
We have a joke, running joke in our group. It's like, hey, Torkelson, check this out. And I gyrate my hips. Well, anyway, that all comes from, I was watching Solid Gold. Again, I was 7, 8, 9, 10, something like that. Well, the solid gold dancers were on, and there was one I had a little thing for, so I pulled my pants down, showed my wang, and freaking said, "Hey, check this out," and shook it in front of him. My older brother went upstairs and ratted me out to my mom.
Oh man, you're just enjoying a little hijinks.
Oh my goodness!
Hey, solid gold dancers,
Yep.
look what you're missing here.
Breaking the bro code.
Oh, it was horrible. Crazymouse, get up here right now.
Yeah,
I
gotta love that. Yeah, MTV After Dark. Yeah, God, back then, man, like USA Network was always good too. USA had like all that great programming.
Tack is a little bit younger than us, so he's a 90s, and he's got Britney Spears on his mind.
Yeah. Yeah, she presented a problem to us back then. She was a little too young. It's amazing how much Disney kind of ruined those poor actors they had. Disney and Nickelodeon. You see, she's a mess now. She's dancing with freaking knives and stuff like that. Oof. Charisma was the bomb. Yes. Charisma Carpenter, Charger cheerleader. For my money, like it's not even close. When I hear people go like, "Oh, but Sarah Michelle Gellar was so beautiful," no. Chris Miller, $5. I like Roman stuff. When I was a young teen, I saw Caligula on Cinemax. I had no idea what I got into.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was all done like off surreptitiously. All that hardcore stuff in there. That's how they were able to get like Malcolm McDowell. Because it was supposedly like just an R-rated, like kind of, hard movie, but not like hardcore, PORN. But like when everybody would go like home for the night, like a second crew would come on set and film like these XXX portions of that movie, and then they were able to do that. So
Nick's got some trivia for us.
Nick Laserbeam, wife grew up in South Florida with Britney Spears' cousin. She said everyone there knew she was nuts, even as kids. Yeah. When they were doing that whole like free Britney thing, I was kind of like, yeah, all right, free her, but could she maybe, could we make sure she has a little help? And it's like 2 years later.
She got in trouble. In trouble. She made the press like a year ago for grabbing Victor Wembanyama at a casino.
Yeah.
And it's like something about security, like maybe her security hit his security or she smacked his security or something. I don't know.
Richard Simmons in Caligula, Chris Miller? Or Richard Simons. Could be. I don't know who Richard Simons is, but if you're
punctuation's
it is. A missing M, maybe. If you meant Richard Simmons, sweating to the oldies guy, wow, that's something I never knew. Recently departed too. Damn. I think we're just going to talk.
That's our show tonight.
All right, great. Good night. All right,
rolling.
Matt, Fat Matt can wait. All right. Well, I will. We can always come back to this, seeing as this is a hot topic.
Yeah, let this percolate. Just let it.
Let's see. Blondes, Eva Vlarenbroek, not a movie star, but a Dutch beauty. Yeah, I've seen her. I've seen her on Twitter, Surly. That Eva Vla. That's a mouthful. Kim Cattrall.
Back in the day.
Teach their own. I mean, there's nothing wrong, but.
Like early Kim
80s.
Cattrall, yeah.
That's like
Porky's.
Mannequin 80s. Is that what that was? Like Kim Cattrall was Porky's? Yeah.
Yeah, she was Porky's very early on, and then, she did kind of that stuff. Star Trek, too. She was in Star Trek 6.
Crafty Matt as the Jen trifecta, Beals, Gray, and Conley. Well, I knew Jennifer Grey from my time on Dirty Dancing. She was okay. She was really nice. She was a nice person. There wasn't as much tension as everyone always thought between her and Patrick Swayze.
How much do I have to donate to get Double D, Crazymouse, and Rogan to work out to a Richard Simmons video?
It's up there.
I'd do it. I can sweat to the oldies now. I've been getting my ass back into shape. I've lost 10 pounds.
Man. Double D, I was talking to Double D the other day. I started trying to lose weight, and I didn't advertise it at first, but I'm at 13 and I just can't get to 15. I just,
Got that plateau.
I just can't do it. No matter how much I'm trying, I'm just stuck right on 13.
Yeah.
Well, I am stuck as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rogan's lost a nice bit of weight. We're all trying to get ourselves back into.
Death Angels found it. You lost 10? I found
it. Yeah.
Well, he doesn't want it back.
You can keep it. Yeah. Just pass it on. It's like a white elephant gift. Yeah. Somebody says Valeria, Sandal Bergman.
So we got a fat mouse.
You know what? I found her sexy, but not not. Pretty.
I know what you mean. Pretty, but not like. Yeah,
like,
I know exactly what you mean.
You know, if she was my girlfriend, we'd have a ball. We'd be roughhousing all the time.
Yeah.
But she's not a sparkling star.
Yeah, I'd probably be holding out for somebody. You know who I'd be holding out for is Sarah Douglas, the evil queen in Conan 2.
Okay.
I always liked her. Again, brunettes over blondes for the most part.
I'm a brunette person.
For the most part. Bleecker. Can't wait to see how we segue from hot chicks into Matt Colville.
Sean Young, yeah. Holy cow.
Yeah, Sean Young was hot. Kirstie Alley and Kirstie Alley in Star Trek 2. Early Cheers too. Yeah, she was, and then she got big. I always liked her though. She was actually a pretty cool. She ended up being very cool. One of those ones like why did folks like her have to pass away early? Do you remember the guy at Nutkinland who she hit on? Like a Conan was his name.
Okay.
He was like the Cthulhu guy.
Right.
I believe this guy too. He was a kind of an interesting dude, and it was because he didn't lean into it or brag about it, but we kind of had to get the story out of him. This poster on Nutkinland. He's like, yeah, because he was out in like California, and he's like, I saw her, I met her, she was very nice, and she was definitely hitting on me. It's like, but he's like, this is when she was probably at her heaviest. So he was like, I politely declined, because I think he was actually married or had a serious girlfriend, but he was like, I was very flattered, but he's like, no, sorry.
Dude was honorable.
Yeah. Crafty Matt, $5. My father got cable TV when I was 9 or 10. MTV came on, and Madonna's Open Your Heart came on. Yeah, it changed my 10-year-old life before she got weird. Yeah. Yeah, I think like around when she did like Dick Tracy. And that was kind of
Mahoney.
Yeah, that was kind of like the harbinger. Like after that, you can kind of say things kind of went just kind of haywire for her. But I had, I've told Crazymouse this, I had a Madonna poster in my room. If you guys look it up, it's the one where it's like a leopard print bikini. And she's like under like a waterfall or something. I had that for years. It hid, me and my brother we were wrestling. He would just come in and we'd do like goal line stand and stuff like that. And, you know, we were even doing, we were like older, so it would get like rough. And he flipped me over, and my ass like went halfway through the wall. So his first thing was, all right, Mom and Dad, we don't tell them this.
That's
We're
like
gonna
Shawshank type stuff.
Yeah, he's like, we're gonna fix this. So instead of what's her name on the what was the Shawshank poster? Who was it? I can't
Well, there was a few. I mean,
yeah.
What says you,
Rita
fuzzy
Hayworth.
britches?
Yeah,
Was it Rita Hayworth?
There's Rita Hayworth.
Rita Hayworth.
There's
That's
also,
it. Yeah.
And also in there was a Raquel Welch.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah, so Madonna was kind of like that for us. So I remember being in Texas visiting my sister, and I called him off to the side. I'm like, how's Operation Escape from Alcatraz going? And because obviously Shawshank was not made at the time, so we kind of refer to that. But he scraped it, like, you know, put in new plaster. We finally admitted after we sold the house years later, we're like, you know, we put a big hole in the wall. My parents got a chuckle out of that.
I can picture I talk to your dad because I see him more often than your mom, but I could see your dad just cracking up at that. Oh, you don't say. Oh, tell me all about it.
Yeah, he's so cool. Even my mom would have just been, you
so
boys,
easygoing, right? Your
you
mom's such a
boys,
sweetheart. But your dad lives vicariously through like people misbehaving.
Get the ultra American Double D talking about double D's. LOL. It happens more than you think.
The Hawk Tua girl.
Hawk Tua.
Do you know that she's donating like all her money from fame to like animal shelters.
That's cool.
I think she did before, but now she's got like a podcast, and now I think now she's kind of like starting to rake in the dough, and now she's like, oh, this is my new job.
Yeah.
She was like the number 4 podcast, I think, in the country.
Wow. And isn't her podcast Talk to Her?
Yes. Yeah. I think it's some cute name like that. But obviously it has to be. Otherwise nobody would know. Haley something or other.
Haley Welsh.
Haley Welsh. I think she's cute, but I don't find her pretty. She's spunky.
I'm with you there.
I like her. I like that spirit.
Yeah. I chuckled at the thing. God bless her. Love her. Wish her nothing but the best and success in the same respect. Moving on. That's what I would say with her. Like, all right,
I like her.
Yeah, and nothing wrong with that. Like I said, I wouldn't. It's just it comes down to like that person. It's kind of like Valeria from Conan. It's like I can see why everybody would love her, but just for me, it's like
Yeah, she's sexy, but not.
Not
really.
Attractive, but not sexy.
Maybe one of
something.
those girls that like I remember when I was younger. I'm not likening Hawktua to a stripper or anything like that, but we used to hang out with those people. I worked with the credit card company, and one of them was a stripper. And I always said, like, I could never bring you home to my parents because you swear.
Yeah, she swore like a sailor.
We was not as much. Gavin Morgan hung out with a girl which we called fucking shit Kelly because she said fucking shit at the end of every sentence. But this girl, her stage name was Sweet Tits. She freaking swore all the time, and I just said, if I had you over for dinner, what would you say? Pass me the fucking gravy. Like, I can't
It's like
do
she
it.
was. I remember. It's like, well, she's hot, but I'm just like, there's something very off-putting about that potty mouth.
It was so weird too because like I knew what she did at nighttime, and in the daytime she worked data entry at a credit card company.
Yes.
Oh well. Do we have a show to get to?
You're soaking in it. This is the show.
This is the
show. Yeah, Jane Seymour.
Hey, Matt, I bet you wish you were listening in on this.
Yeah, Fat Matt.
Oh, Jiminy Christmas, Chris Miller.
Chris Miller, 20 buckaroos. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Chris Miller, one of my partners in the deck of many triggers, guys. Help us out. We're getting there. Getting close to halfway where we need to be. We got enough now to pay our artist, and we just want to keep on going. So
rock and roll.
Link is in the description. There you go. There's my pitch for the night. Pretty painless, wasn't it? Chris Miller, $20. I almost had a one-night stand with Alexandra Tidings from. Oh wow! From who was Alexandra Tidings? Because I know that name. I was her guest liaison, and she asked if I wanted to go up to her room, and I turned her down because I wasn't single. Ooh, kind of regret that. Let me get like you're probably not with that person anymore, and now you're like,
Shazam!
You had a chance.
You turned that shit down.
Are you, Chris?
Holy
bro, I love you.
Maybe it was.
But I literally probably like 3 months ago. I was looking at like kind of like some footage and like stills from Xena, and I was like, oh my god, I forgot how hot Aphrodite was, and I remember looking up that name, and I'm like, yeah, Alexandra Tidings.
Yeah, but what if that he said he wasn't single? But what if the person, Chris, is that woman now your wife?
Probably not. That's when the regret really kicks in. Like if like you end up not with that person, you're like, I gave up Aphrodite for you. Oh, she was hot.
I have no words to
Hold
say
on one
about
second. I want to look. Hold on. You're gonna have to give me control here, Crazymouse.
You have complete control.
Chris Miller says it was just a girlfriend.
Just a girlfriend.
That's why he's regretting.
Just a girlfriend.
Well,
my God.
I respect that.
They broke up a year later.
A ban on most new gas cars. Vice President Kamala Harris wanted to end
I don't know what that is. Oh my Lord.
Vehicles by 2035, taking away
What is that?
choices and enforcing the extreme standards.
You're way down there.
Yeah, hold on one second. Yeah. All right, I'll put this up. Just in case some of you guys haven't, we're going to go over to the EFAP
I
screen.
grew this so I wouldn't be perceived as a woman. And I grew these.
Oh, that's a little taste there. That's a little taste of something.
We're talking about real girls. We got that one.
All right, so hold on one second here. We'll get to that one. We'll get to your super chats in a moment. Double D's engaged in some very, very important research.
Top secret.
We're going to humiliate
Yes.
our friend Chris Miller. Where's the display capture?
Respectfully, we will humiliate.
All right, hold on here. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, Chris, you gave up Aphrodite. Oh, my Lord.
See, that's the reason why men fantasize about time machines all the time.
Yeah.
I wish I could go back and kick my younger self in the ass and say, "Get up there, boy."
Yeah. And to be fair, I bypassed things when I was like a young man. Oh, my Lord.
Yes, me too.
Things I should have, Wow.
Well, she was a very, very beautiful woman back then. I'm sure she's lovely now.
She is. Like, if at the top of that.
Yeah, she's okay. Yeah.
Like, there she is now.
Yeah.
Still hot.
God bless you, Chris.
The WKRP chick. Are you talking about Bailey Quarters or Jennifer Marlowe? Lonnie Anderson or the other one?
The other one.
I like the other one. I was a Bailey Quarters one.
I was
fan as well.
Yeah, I almost feel ashamed to say this. Lonnie Anderson never did anything for me. I don't know. Maybe it's a whole brunette thing over blondes, but I mean, again, I always understood why people liked her.
Right.
But it was just, for me, I was just like,
Jan Smithers. Yep. That was Bailey. I was a huge Bailey Quarters over Jennifer.
All right, you want to, let's do our new system.
Yep.
Do the super chats only and
Right, let me
see
ban
if
a
we can
couple
go back to
people here.
those.
That's the new system.
Yeah, there we go. You should post pics for this show, just saying. Yeah, says TWB. Yeah, that would be nice. Well, I posted a professional pic of Alexander. Patrick Demo giving out the respect to Chris, sticking to your principle. Yeah, in retrospect, Chris, you did the right thing from a whoops, sorry. Good.
Holy molies.
Yeah, boy.
Where did it all go?
I don't know.
Hold on.
I'm gonna let it go.
Yeah, just let me.
We're about to delete them
That's
all.
all you got to do. There you go. We just had to get to the bottom here. Yes, because I knew. I think when you do that, I think it goes to the top.
Yeah.
So I think you just have
Blair, Joe. How about neither?
Blair or Joe. Go ahead. You have control again.
Yeah.
Blair or Joe.
Tootie.
Yeah, it's Tootie. Yeah, what about Tootie?
Neither on
Tootie gets no love.
Natalie.
Never watched that show. Never.
Damn.
Out of all those, from the different strokes, who would have thought that Todd Bridges would have outlived all those people?
I know. Johnny Golighty. He's had enough of the gal talk. Wants to get to the Matt Colville. All right.
Let's do that.
Talked us into it.
You're right.
Talked us into it. When you're right, yeah. When you're right, you're right.
And we're getting some Blair votes. Well, that's because Joe.
Right. We'll go back. There's people here just for the Matt Colville.
Go on. Yep.
So we'll do that. Maybe we can come back to this.
Smash that like button.
Smash the like button. 170 of you here, I think.
I just watched it turn in real time. Ooh, more.
All right, we'll do Patrick's, and then we'll put them on hold for the end.
I got it right there.
Thank you, buddy. Bridget Regan, my last celebrity crush before marriage. Who is Bridget Regan? Let me know, because the name's vaguely familiar, but I'm not.
We are making new dice for our new game.
He looks like an Ewok.
Squeak, squeak. There he is.
Yes.
In all his glory. We are making new dice for our new game. All right, so in case you don't know, those of you just tuning in for the first time, this is Matt Colville, MCDM, famous YouTuber, who made some, let's give him some credit, some pretty well-received supplements for 5th edition. Yes? I do actually have one of them. I have the Strongholds one. But he is a committed communist / socialist, which kind of makes him a little less alluring to Double D. But still, I guess if he was still producing good stuff, we could overlook that. And he has produced a $4.6 million piece of vaporware, the Draw Steel RPG, which they're still trying to figure out the rules, and in the end is just going to be a copy off of Powered by the Apocalypse. But not content to get almost $5 million. Think about that, $5 million for an RPG. That is just an enormous amount.
Well, how much more could he want?
Now he wants to sell you some dice. Let's continue.
Hey folks, Matt Colville here. At this point, you know what Draw Steel is. It's MCDM's new original fantasy RPG, built from the ground up to be fun. Fun to play, fun to run. We are still working on it. It is still in development, but we just dropped the most recent draft of the core rules, including the first level of 5 classes to our backers on BackerKit.
Still in development. Sounds like it's still in like the conception stage, honestly. Yeah, famous grifter, you mean? Double zeros, baby.
Yes.
Absolutely,
A
Trev.
few weeks ago. This caused an enormous surge of activity in our Discord. Speaking only for myself, but also, yeah, the rest of the MCDM team, it has been enormously rewarding watching people read the new packet, show up with tons of questions. They report in on their experiences playing the game at the table. They're still doing this like on a daily basis. New people are showing up saying, I ran the game. And they talk about how much fun they had. People have made and are making a ton of new content for the game, new kits, new classes, whole adventures. It's
I was just thinking that, DJ. It's so much fun. They're having
keep
fun.
telling me how much fun it is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, is it really fun, or are they just? Is it kind of like, well, I already gave these people the money, so I might as well have fun.
So this guy's going to rape all the ideas that are being thrown at him because he doesn't have a fucking idea of his own.
No. And it is not a 1.5.
Yeah, he just talks that
This
way.
is how he talks. This is Matt Colville.
I mean, it is going as well as we could have hoped.
I love that little pause.
I'm not sold on that.
It's going okay for you. You're sitting on over $4 million, and I'm not sure what you're doing with it. Champagne socialist, says Patrick Demo. Of course, one who totes socialism, communism, but loves what capitalism gives him. A hypocrite and a D-bag. Bingo, my friend.
Agreed.
Bingo. These are the people I hate the most. Rules for thee, not for me. It's because they always picture themselves whenever, if they get this communism that they want so much, if it ever comes into play, they never picture themselves toiling in the fields, so to speak, because they always think like, well, I'll always be a celebrity, so I can watch from up high, all the little peons down below, as they all work for each other.
Now, as you probably know, this is not a D20 game. In fact, as far as I know, and I certainly have not played every game, only D&D and its clones and forks use a D20 to resolve attacks. Lots of games use pools of D6s or D10s or percentile dice or 3D6. That was pretty popular in the 80s, as I recall. Actually, the Modifius folks use 2D20, and that has nothing to do with any D20 fantasy game. So I know one game that uses D20s that isn't a clone or a fork of D&D. Our game uses 2D10. You roll them, you add them together, and you add your stat mod, usually +2. They are almost the only dice you use for this game. Sometimes you need to roll some D6s, and sometimes you roll a D3, which is just a D6 divided by 2. Or I suppose you could use a D12 divided by 4. Well,
he's got me cracking up.
That's accountant math for you.
Yeah.
What you need to do is you need to double it and then divide it by 2.
I just love how pleased he was with himself, looking at that. Well, I guess you could do it this way. Chris Miller, $5. He's relying on other people to write his adventures and supplements. Of course he is.
Absolutely.
There's more fan content than actual game content. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Absolutely, Chris. Oh, my Lord. All right, so you're starting to see why I and many others find this guy insufferable. Squeak, squeak.
Mm-hmm.
You already have D6s and D10s. You do not need special dice to play this game. I need to say that again because it's important. You do not need any special dice to play this game. You can play it with the dice you already got. But now that our patrons and our backers are all playing the game, we thought it would be fun to make some cool dice just for Draw Steel, or really anyone who wants some cool, unique D10s. The thing is, everybody already has D10s. I've got a ton of them, but not everybody loves the way they roll, and lots of people miss the D20. And as it turns out, there is a classic old school die, in some senses, the oldest school die.
Oh, like when he puts a finger up in the air. Oh,
I'm sold. I'll take 2 bottles, please.
He is like a huckster, isn't he?
He is.
He's got some Mac and Jack he's trying to sell.
Yeah, absolutely. $5 killer wabbit. The millions will be used to invest in the production of quote unquote dice, which will need millions more. Yes. Oh my Lord. Just it sort of is a grift. You raise that much money for a game that's pretty much a shitty Powered by the Apocalypse clone. They can dress it up as much as they want. And now he has the sheer audacity, the balls, the cojones to sell you what he's about to sell you here.
That is sort of unique. It is a 20-sided, normal D20 20-sided die, but instead of being numbered 1 to 20, it is numbered 1 to 10 twice. So it is a D20, but it is also a D10. So it rolls just like a D20, but it generates D10 results. You can use these to play Draw Steal, or you could use them to troll your friends.
You f***er.
I think of these as being very old school because back in the 70s, which is actually before my time, they didn't make D20s numbered 1 to 20 because no game or product used such a thing. But you could get 20-sided D10s that teachers used when teaching probability. They had to sort of invent the modern D10 because it, somewhat uniquely, is not a platonic solid like the other dice.
A platonic solid. I hate him. I feel like Doc Holliday. Matthew is a learned man. He's an educated man. I hate him. Now I hate him even more. Jeff from Denkar, Canadian $5. Don't worry, we'll pick up the slack on that Canadian discount. How much would you bet that the dice are simply a distraction to cover delays in the development of the main game? Yeah, absolutely, Jeffram. Yeah, good point. Thank you, buddy.
Absolutely right.
Much appreciated. Yep. Yeah, go ahead. That's the new system. I like the way it works, doesn't it? It tells you the ones that we've already done.
Yeah.
They're in green. Yeah, I like that. Hey, Colville, fork off, says Edgelord. At his 5th word, I'd have slammed my door shut, says Mac Thompson.
Yeah, if he was at your door. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Leave, rat. Leave.
I love this. I actually.
Buddy. Oh, yep. Thank you. Yep. Way to pick it up. Yep. Death Angel Shadow. He still reminds me of a young Wolfman Jack. He does physically. Yeah.
He does.
He does.
Wolfman Jack had a soul. This guy doesn't.
Yeah. Wolfman Jack was actually kind of cool. This guy's a dope.
We have a classic D20 numbered 1 to 10 twice.
I got to put this up there because I was thinking of ways I could incorporate this, but this is as good as any. Yeah. Draw Steal. STAL is more like it. Yeah, well done, Nixon.
Given to me by Luke Gygax. It's got the Gary Con logo on it, and I cherish the hell out of this thing. You will sometimes see folks in the community call these Jordice, because one of our new designers, Jordy, bought a bunch of these when he got started, and he created basically like a wordless web comic where the dice were different characters, and they went on adventures.
Oh, man. That sounds like a hoot.
Wow, that tells me a lot about your game, douche.
And just because a guy likes dice in your own inner circle, you don't get to name dice after him. Jordice. Nobody's going to call it Jordice. Yeesh. Jeff Hatch, good to see you here, my friend. $5. Matt's trying to become a lifestyle brand. Yuck. Oof. Well, he knows where the money is, Jeff. Let's give him that. Hey, look, all power to him as far as being a businessman. This guy's... Poof. This guy has a nose for his audience, let's just say. Thank you for your donation, Killer Rabbit. Yeah, $5. Exactly. Yep. Wait till you see the prices on these things. Oh, my Lord.
Anyway, these dice are fun, so we're going to make some. Each set of Draw Steal dice comes with 2 of these 20-sided D10s and, since we're doing this anyway, an actual D3, meaning a 6-sided die numbered 1 to 3 twice. Right now, the D3 is mostly used by the Fury to generate rage on their turn, but there are other instances where you might need a D3, and there might be even more in the future. So that's it, by the way. A set of Draw Steal dice is just 2 20-sided D10s and a 6-sided D3. 3 dice. That is a box of draw steel dice.
Yeah. Should be about what, $10, right?
10
plus shipping. Yeah, we'll see. Hold on. Go ahead. Yeah. Pay Patrick $5.
Thank you, Patrick.
Yeah, this guy was using a die 20 in the beginning, is now denying it like Peter did. Jesus, absolutely. I love that allegory there. Yeah, then he talks to us plebes like none of us have an education. Oh yeah, this guy.
Well, there's a guess at $29.95. Is that the price?
No, we'll see. We'll see. Let's watch the video first, and then we'll go to the site.
No spoilers.
We'll explore
we're
it together.
Partnering with the folks at
No
Chessex, which
spoiling,
brings
guys.
me a great joy, as they are a legendary company in the industry. In fact, I think it was the folks at Chessex who convinced the Phoenix Clan finalist at the L5R Day of Thunder to switch clans to Scorpion. Anyway,
I don't know what any of that means.
Yeah, that's insider bullshit. We don't want to hear.
Yeah, and I hate the way he says Chessex. Chessex. It's Chessex. Chessex. Not Chessex.
Pittsburgh.
That's a very erudite, foppish way, if I may say so.
He spends a lot of time in the mirror before these little videos he does. You can just see him in there sweating.
Yeah. Chris Miller, $10. Look at this guy coming in hard tonight. He must have liked all that talk about
girls,
actresses, and girls. He's all fire. Chris, I have a newfound respect for you. If Aphrodite wanted to bet, oh my Lord. That is one blonde I can get behind in more ways than one. Ooh.
Jiminy Christmas. You took away my soundboard, by the way.
Oh shit! I forgot to bring it out. Yeah, it is there. Dang it! It's buried underneath the guy in the lamp. I'm sorry, there, Crazymouse. Matt looks like a gay Ewok that believes he's a game designer because his woke friends lied to him, and he couldn't problem solve his way out of a paper bag. Yeah, absolutely. I get the feeling he just farms it out to that Intracaso guy. You know, 00s baby. He's just like, oh, how's it going today, James? Oh, good. We're making progress. Okay. Well, I'm going to go count my money again. And, you go make the rounds on YouTube.
Here's a box of Scooby snacks. Keep doing a good job.
Yeah. Keep earning that money I give you. I wonder what he's paying, like that Intracaso guy. It's probably not enough, because that guy actually hustles. I mean, he's not very good, but he hustles. Travis, $2. Matt Colville, the Flim Flam Man. Yes, indeed. Chris again, $5. The fact that he uses dollar store hair dye by the gallon drives me nuts. Oh, you think that's, yeah, you're probably right. Yeah. Chessex is no substitute for the real thing, Matt.
I keep thinking
of
exactly. Yeah. I don't know why, but I keep thinking of Chex Mix when he says it.
Chex Mix. Thank you, Patrick, by the way. Chessex.
The folks at Chessex are making these dice for us, which I love. They're just normal plastic dice, but they have so many cool colors and patterns, we decided to make 5 different sets of dice.
I bet none of you guys have different colored dice, do you?
Do they make them different colors?
I think so. Let me go look in my dice bag
We'll
just
make
to be
some
sure.
for the other classes later. So the Fury dice are red, obviously. The Shadow dice are these cool dark purple color. The Elementalist dice glow in the dark. I think we might have picked the fluorescent under ultraviolet.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
In that picture of the dice,
yes,
there were numbers more than 10.
Yes, there was.
Oh yeah.
I'm confused. So confused.
Super serial. I assure you, Matt, it wasn't on purpose. It was a glorious accident there. Super serial, guys. Disco Barbarian, $5. Percy, get my bastard sword. We found a bastard. What needs a swordin'? Yes, you have, my friend. Yes, you have. Thank you, Disco.
That was funny.
We'll find out.
Both is good.
You know, no one's going to come to your house and knock down your door if you use the Elementalist dice for your Tactician or whatever. It's just fun.
Well, thanks for clearing that up, Matt.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
Fun.
So fun. Oh my God. It reminds me of all these like people, because like the Harris campaign is like all this like it's the joy, and you see all these videos of all these like middle-aged ladies who just look like they're this close from like a breakdown, like it's all joy. I'm very joyful.
We wanted to have fun with this. Speaking of which, 5 different sets: Tactician, Fury, Shadow, Elementalist, and Censor. Each is a different color. So we did something a little extra here. We themed each box based on the iconic hero we developed for each of the core.
Little South Park reference there. Yeah, coming soon. New 3D dice with glasses, says Snake Oil Sean. Yeah. I can only imagine what they charge for those shades too. Benjathin. I always make that mistake. Benjathin Snortikins. £5 sterling. Was thinking of getting various color dye, including unique dye 14 and dye 24 ones. Also, took me a year to figure out that Rogan and CM were different people. tried to do that with the little cartoon balloons there, but it's all right. It's all right. I love little pieces of lore like that, Benjathin. Thank you.
There was a point where, remember, it was the very beginning. People didn't know which one was which is what led to the balloons on top of us.
Yeah. Thankfully, I found that technology. Yeah, the die 14, die 24. Yeah, these guys will attest in our game. We give out like little mini bingo chips for every successful like skill roll, or not skill, but like attribute roll, plus some other things here and there. And these guys can trade it in. Well, they can trade it in for a die
30,
die 24, die 30. Obviously the die 30 is a little bit more expensive, and they can use that for one roll if they need a big roll.
15 successful attribute checks can get you a die 30 because you get a chip per each one. But if you roll a 20, you get 2, and if you roll a 1, you got to give me 2.
Yes.
Yeah, Crazymouse is very strict on that.
Yes. Good banker.
Oh, all right, let's continue.
Classes. So it's not just a box of tactician dice. It's a box of dice for Sir John of Tor, the iconic tactician.
Oh my God, it's got a
his
picture
art
on
the
it.
box. It's got a unique quote from him, and there's
You're going to totally remember this when you dump those dice out into your dice bag. You're going to be like, oh my God, this is just like the guy who came on the box.
a QR code in here you can scan.
It was totally worth
and you
all
get
that money.
Sir John's unique title in Draw Steel. We made unique titles, each with their own dope power roll, just for the dice set, which you can use in your game, if you qualify for them.
What does that mean? Titles for the...
Yeah, there's a QR code in there, and you get a unique title.
Your dice has a name?
What is a fucking... The title?
This is double talk. This really is.
Bad Matt. Squeak, squeak.
Real
Bad Matt.
And it comes in a bag with real simulated leather.
Guys, we're approaching an all-time high. We have 191 in here right now.
Rock and roll.
Guys,
Well, what happened was we were talking about girls. Someone went down to the local Piggly Wiggly, told everyone down there.
Yeah.
Valera's talking about hot chicks tonight. Everyone stopped doing what they were doing and hopped on.
Yeah. Matt is the Billy Mays here of role-playing. Maybe MCTM will become
Billy Mays,
the MLM.
isn't he a part of a trivia question? Remember the 3 celebrities that died on the same day? Wasn't he the third?
Oh, was he one of those? Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, it was.
Chat, do some research for us. Who died on the same day as Billy Mays?
Yeah.
I
And if
kinda-
it's
I was
not the
kinda like
same
Billy
day,
Mays.
it's like the same 2 days, Like
within like a 36-hour period or something. Let's clean up Chris's before we...
Chris wants some scratchers today or something. Damn.
He's high off that euphoria from Aphrodite. I would be
I don't blame
too.
him.
Chris, I would be thinking about that every day of my life. In other words, they can't cover the Kickstarter rewards. Yeah, exactly. And the book isn't finished yet. So we need just a little bit more money, Matt needs another car. Disco. $5. Well, some of us live in states that busting down doors over dice would be your last mistake. Hell yeah. Maybe in California, where he is, they do that kind of stuff, Disco.
Which is not easy to do because these are some high-level characters. I don't want to spoil anything, but they are very cool, and it was super fun to work on. We are all ready to go on this project. It's very small. We need around, I think, 1,000 backers to make this happen. I think we can do that. But, again...
He needs a...
Did you see he's waiting to say something.
What? You made $4 million on an idea that you haven't been able to fulfill. Now you're going to make people back?
He needs 1,000 backers?
Yes.
That's not like that's 1,000 backers. And wait till you see the price point of some of these. Oh my God, this guy is shameless. He is shameless. 1,000 backers. Oh. I think you're right. I think he needs money to help. I don't know what he's doing with it, but he must need it.
No one needs these dice to play Draw Steel. The game isn't even really out yet, so we'll see.
So you don't need these. Yeah, it's not coming out. I got news for you. It's not going to be out till 2027, maybe. I bet you by the time you get the PDFs will be out. You know where they can put it out, but like physical book in your hand, late 2026, early 2027. Mark my words.
For the details, one set of dice is $20. You get the 3 Draw Steel dice custom made.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, wow. So that was like what, 2009 was it?
It all happened like all really close together.
Ed McMahon, Farrah Fawcett, and Michael. Yeah. You always remember Farrah Fawcett because everybody was like, oh my God, how, same day as Michael Jackson, but damn.
For us by Chessex and delivered to you in quite nice packaging. This is just a mock-up, by the way. All these things you see here, these are all just mock-ups. The real ones are going to look way cooler. There are 5 different hero boxes. They all have the same dice in them, just different colors. If you want all 5 hero boxes, you get a little discount. If you want all 5 sets of dice, but you don't want to pay for the super cool packaging, you can back at just the dice and you'll get all 5 sets of dice in a little blister pack. There is also a box for directors, aka the Good King Omen box. And these are...
I hate these names. Ooh. Good King Omen. They have like their own little lore, I think, for all their... Because I think wasn't the slipcase cover named after somebody, like a villain or something? Yeah. Chat, help us out here. Who is the slipcase named after? Good King Omen. Doesn't sound very good to me. $20. JF MD. Are you a doctor, JF? I wonder. We'll call you Doc.
No, we have a doc.
Oh, that's right. We have Doc Flamingo. And actually, I think we have a couple docs. All right, JF. It'll be JFMD. $20. Thank you. Imagine spending money waiting the indeterminate time until release, finding a way to gather friends away from busy schedules only to play whatever this shit is. You don't get those hours of life back. They're gone. Yes, they are, my friend. Yep. Yes, they are. Yeah, and it's a sunk cost too. Now you could keep chasing that, by going around saying, this is so much fun. This is so much fun. Or you could just say like, you know what? I got bilked out of $100 and I'm not going to waste any more time. When that book comes, I'll look at it for 2 days, put it on my shelf and never play it again. Because nobody's going to play this game. It's almost unplayable from like, if you're looking for a D&D experience, this is not like a D&D experience. It's this weird, like I have a whole, and we won't get to it tonight probably because of the lady talk, but I got this whole Intro Caso video queued up about their social combat, so to speak, which I always remember they did in Green Ronin's Song of Ice and Fire game. It actually kind of worked in that, but it kind of seems so ponderous in this game. There's nothing in this game that seems ingenious to me. It seems like a retread of Powered by the Apocalypse, and they're just looking at certain things almost desperately, like, oh yeah, didn't that one game by Green Ronin have a social combat system in it? Let's make something like that. Why the hell do you need something like that on a game that's just so focused on physical combat? Like role-playing is not like a huge part of this game. Don't know what to say. Jeff from Denkar, $5 Canadian. Thank you, sir. What do you think will be the next product for him to shill to cover for his lack of an actual game? NFTs, Benny Babes, Pogs, and Enema Kits.
I have cloths. You can play on this unique layout.
I still have Pogs at home someplace.
He'd do NFTs, but they're too closely associated with non-communists, so he probably wouldn't. But if those ever became vogue in his circles, you better believe he would do NFTs in a heartbeat.
Sort of the star of the show. You get all 5 sets of dice. They don't come in the fancy boxes, but you do get a dope dice box where the lid is also a dice tray. But that's not all.
Mercurius, good to see you here, my friend.
Thank you.
Mr. Steady Eddie, inside the inner circle. He's here. He's here in spirit, sitting at the table with us.
Absolutely.
He's got his feet up on the table.
Yep.
I can see it now. Yeah. Mercurius.
Just got him a drink.
Yep.
I think we got to put in a couple of these other guys too. I think Snake O'Shawn's earned his way in.
Absolutely.
Disco, yeah.
Oh.
Chris Miller,
all you guys who are
MVPs super chatting. Thank you, by the way, Mercurius, for your membership. Yep. Much appreciated.
You also get 2 special dice just for the director. These are 2 20-sided D10s, but they are unique. They are 3D printed dice with the actual heraldic device of Good King Omen in the die. So that same symbol you see on the Dragon Knight's shield, it's inside the clear plastic die, and you get 2 of those in the Good King Omen box. So the Good King Omen box comes with these unique 3D printed dice and all 5 sets of dice. So it's basically a whole table's worth of dice in one go. But if for some reason you want everything, meaning the director's box with 5 sets of dice inside and the special dice, and you want the 5 cool hero boxes, there's a pledge just for the works. If you miss the crowdfunder, you'll still be able to buy the Draw Steel dice in our store. I mean, I'm assuming we fund, but...
Yeah, somebody said Howard Hughes, too. Of course, Howard Hughes. Yeah, Mr. Big Bucks always comes in at the end.
They won't come in the cool, iconic hero packaging. That's it, folks. This is our first, dice funder. It was a lot of fun to put this together. Thanks to Jeff, our general manager, for heading up this initiative. It's super fun working with the folks at Cook and Becker on these dice.
Cook and Becker. Somebody look at them for trade violations or Better Business Bureau complaints. By the Matt Colville hamster-shaped butt plug. Now, thank you, Chris. I think. Yeah, the dice had better be made of platinum, says Mercurius. Well, they're 3D printed in probably very cheap resin. That would be my guess.
I don't ever want to hear the words super fun ever again.
Nor do I. Well, out of his mouth,
Boxes and getting the illustrations done and coming up with all the quotes and stuff. And the dice look super cool. And, you already got plenty of dice, but I remember when I was in it was Christmas at my last video game job at Turtle Rock Studios, and we had a gift exchange, and everybody gets a little card they fill out. So the person who gets you as their giftee or gifter or whatever knows what you like. And one of the questions was, what can you never have too much of? And what do you already have too much of? And I answered dice for both of them. So I know what it's like to be a dice goblin and just collect lots of crazy dice.
That's your dice collection? That's
pathetic.
It's pretty pathetic, Matt. I mean, I carve my dice up into the live stream for Otto and Rorik now, and my regular Friday night dice. And then I have a bag that Rogan made for me. It's probably about yay big, full of dice.
I had a dice cut down at Gen Con the one year. I just felt like I had too many, so I just took out 25 of them.
That's what that's what Rogan's bag is for. It's all right, these are the ones that I'm rotating out, at least for now. They could come back, but holy shit, that is what's over 30 years of dice collecting. Is that all you got? That's pretty pathetic, Matt. Come on now.
He's a dice goblin, all right. I bet he's a goblin about other things too.
Long shot. I got more dice in my pocket right now. Yeah, Zach, Xanders. I got tackle by. Yeah, I think I've pretty much everybody in this chat probably has more than that in their just their reserve. Snake Oil Sean, $5. Thank you, sir. What trash dump will the cases of this game be dug up in 20 years from now? And will the collectible dice be included? It's going to be like the E.T. game for Atari, Snake Oil Sean. They're going to go out to the desert, dig a hole, and bulldoze all these MCDM dice and books.
The 20-sided D10 is perfect when you're at the table and someone forgot their dice. Here, roll this one. Oh, man, you didn't make it.
Yeah, it's like your main selling point for this game is a joke.
Yes.
It's like a joke that you play on other players.
Yes.
Here you go, bro. This is my lucky dice. It never fails. Always rolls 20. Dude, you can't roll over a 10. Why? You're just hoping they don't catch on. God.
And these are just more, and it's super fun for us, and we hope you folks like them. That's it. Thanks for watching, folks. Peace out.
Peace out. All right, well.
How much is it?
Here we go.
Drum roll, please.
I'll need control here,
You got it.
my friend.
Huh?
There you go. It's the works, people.
$225.
It's $225 for everything. The name says it all. Good King Omen's box of dice and all 5 hero dice boxes with a nice... He has the audacity to say a nice discount.
Huh?
$225. That's not a lot of money.
So it's really 75 because if you get the King Orman box of dice, you get the same thing just without those boxes.
Yeah.
And you get baseball cards instead. So those boxes alone are worth $75?
365 suckers bought this. I'll clean up this right now. Oops, sorry. You get a BJ for buying the collector's box, says Disco for $2. At these prices, yeah. I got a feeling Good King Omen was a bit of a tyrant. If he's charging $225 for essentially double selling you this stuff.
You know, I just have a problem with like buying a dice that's named after somebody else's fantasy character.
This is, I don't want to say it's unconscionable, but it's really sleazy because he knows that his fans are going to do that. Let me tell you this, okay? Like, I'll do it in terms like related to me and the channel. I do 1 live stream a week. That's kind of what I have in me, and I want it to be as good as possible. I want a week's worth of stuff. I want to recharge the batteries. I could stream 4 nights a week and have, like poor Disco feel like he has to come and super chat, for 4 nights a week, and all these other guys. I would not ever want to do that because I have a conscience.
Well,
he does not have a conscience. He will literally look his fans in the eye and say, yeah, of course I'll sell you this thing you don't need for $225.
Yeah.
I guess you want it. We made it, so you want it. So
it doesn't say that there's the 2 other dice in there. You know how he said you order it and you get 2 plastic see-through dice with the thing in the middle.
Yeah, the gym, MCDM, even TTRPGs chasing the live service, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, dice as a service. So we got the works for $225. Good King Omened. Can't wait to slit that tyrant's throat. $150, but that's just as bad. Like, all right, you're just a complete sucker, for buying that. But if you think like, I'm gonna be the DM, or what do they call it here, the director or something. I'm gonna spend 150 bones on this thing. And what if you're just a player who likes dice? All 5 hero dice boxes for $90. That is, with a $10 discount.
So is it 80 then?
Oh no,
it was
no. You're looking at 20 per, my friend.
So it was
20.
100.
You are looking at $20 for 3 dice. Unconscionable. Unconscionable. But you know what? Mac Thompson, 225. Matt Colville is a crook and a con man. But you know what? His fans deserve it because they're the worst in the RPG world. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I've gotten some blowback from Daniel, what's his name? The Zweihander guy. I've gotten blowback from a couple of the mainstream RPG people. Certainly Ginny D's fans were not, very nice for a while. But they all kind of, after a while they were just kind of like whatever, because especially too because I didn't poke the bear. But Matt Colville's fans, I will get at least 2 comments a day on those old like Matt Colville videos I did. Just talking about how I thought the MCDM game looked, kind of bad. And they are the most vicious little creatures you'd ever want to see. So I don't like Matt Colville. I hate his fans. I hate Draw Steel, sight unseen, and I despise this Kickstarter.
Chris
or whatever
Miller
it is.
says that's why they can't pay their student loans.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we're all, So normal people are supposed to sack up and pay, because these people can't afford, rent and food and their loans. But I'm sure they probably sure as hell can get, let's get the Good King Omen box. 150 bones.
What are the other colors? Remember he was like There's that one. It's light blue.
Light blue. $20. Guys,
Shadow one's purple. Fury's red. We remember that one.
Yeah. Is one glow in the dark or some shit?
Sir John of Tor. What color is that? It looks the same.
I don't know. All these fucking pedophiles in his realm.
We got another
Cervanta
one.
Castellax.
We got another one, buddy. Patrick.
Yeah. Cervanta Castellax. So stupid. Probably has like a 12-year-old bride. I'm sick of trying to rewrite this stupid super chat to be YouTube acceptable. I've been there, buddy. I've been there. But since I'm writing an RPG, I want you guys to punish me if I ever start talking like this guy.
Deal.
Patrick, if you have the suckers that he has for fans, I may not be able to stop you. As Glenn Fry once said, it's the lure of easy money. It has a very strong appeal. John of Tor. Scammer. Oh, my Lord.
Which one's $1?
Manager access. This tier to gain access to just the dice. Oh, okay. Sometimes they have to do that to do some add-on shit. Like, it's not like complete chicanery. Then there's a retail team. Good Lord. One retailer. It just shows you. It kind of shows you that even retailers are, when it comes to dollars and cents, if you have to make a profit on things, it probably shows you something that only one backer is a retailer who said, yeah, this is going to sell and I'll be able to make money on this. Everybody else is just a goofy, stupid simp for MCDM and Draw Steel. John of Tor. Who are these people? Corva?
Well, I mean, of course, we have to buy the game, the book, and
find out.
That'll be out.
Oh my God! I need to know the lore of Corva. She humiliated her brother. Oh, big surprise. War leader of the Howling. What's the Howling?
Oh, I don't know. War leader, huh?
What was her name in the Howling?
Gwyleth is an orphan.
Oh, D. Williams.
D. Williams, yeah. You know what? I kind of always had a thing for her.
So did I.
D. Will, yeah.
Yeah.
D. Will. I'll give you the air fist bump. Yeah, D. Williams. I always thought she was really hot. She kind of had that mom hotness back then.
Absolutely.
What was that, Crazymouse? I'm sorry.
Gwyleth Shadow Dice Box was an orphan.
Oh. Raised on the streets of Black Bottom.
So for $20, do you get the box or you just get the dice?
You get the box
and the dice. Yeah, I would hope.
Shadow box dice.
Don't give him any ideas, Rogan. For $20, you'll get Gwyleth the box. Now, dice are going to be an add-on. Keep in mind, this does not include shipping. They got to ship this stuff out. You could conceivably pay $30 for 3 dice.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is $10 a dice. We know this. Look, we know how expensive it is to ship things because we're, kind of looking at it with the deck of many triggers. Link in the description. But yeah, I mean, it ain't cheap to ship this stuff out. So he's not even scamming the shipping, but he's got to probably charge for it.
Disco says these could be made in China for $2.
Oh yeah, Disco, yeah, $2. Yeah, thank you.
They probably are.
I'm sure they are, yeah. But he needs 1,000 backers for this? Are you kidding me? He's got to have it already, right?
He's confusing.
Oh, 1,400 to 180 grand. You scumbag.
He's confusing need and want. He wants 1,000 backers. Yep. Because he wants it, then he needs it. That's how grifters think.
180 grand. What is the cost on these things? I mean, I know they have the boxes. Okay, so I understand there's some stuff there. Probably a little bit of art. But I mean, already
Miller. Jiminy Christmas, Chris Miller.
Chris Miller, $20. Well, thank you, sir. Matt sounds like Louis Tully from Ghostbusters. They chose a new form for him, that of a giant slore. Many shoves and Zools knew what it was to be roasted in the depths of slore that day, I can tell you. Good pull.
Matt Savage.
Trying to do my my Rick Moranis there. That's a toughie to do. Thank you. There's so much though, Chris. $20. So yeah, you and me both, Matt. Sir John of Gore. What the
Rick
hell?
Moranis was in My Blue Heaven with Steve Martin. That movie was funny.
I love Rick Moranis. Such a nice guy. And it's I keep hearing people like, I'm going to quit acting. Well, I wish I could quit acting. Like, that's just look at what that guy did. He walked away and like you never heard from him again.
Yeah, made a plan and he stuck with it.
WS.
Yeah,
I can't click on these because the thing's like blocking it, buddy.
Yep. It's all right. It's there. Have trust that it's there. When it's green, it's been
Yeah,
up there too,
WS
so.
is
Yep.
welcome.
Welcome. Thank you.
All right.
Probably one of the recipients of the largesse of Snake Oil Sean and Mercurius. All you guys who super chat, big and small, thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. You keep us going. But good Lord, man. This is seedy.
It is shameless.
I'm telling you, at the end of the day, though, okay, so the packaging, I'm sure, costs more than the dice. Because the dice are just probably, I bet if you look, these dice probably already exist somewhere. I wonder if he's buying like an existing stock.
Right.
Would you put it past this guy if he just came across like an existing stock of these?
No, not at all.
Because nobody wanted these die 20s that are actually die 10s. He probably found like a cachet.
Well, we're lucky though, because they could have been D6s. Wasn't that the deal?
Oh yeah. But those don't make money.
No.
Yeah.
Double
Those
zeros,
don't double zeros. Well, he's got like, tell you what, he's gonna have like 7 zeros by the end of this one. Is a $10 dice good value? It's a die 10 too, Matthew. It's has no utility beyond this dumb game, which isn't coming out for like 2 more years.
It's a joke dice.
Yeah, Rogan was right. This is a joke dice.
It is.
This is something you slip in and say, "Oh, please take this dice. Roll it in the honor of that character of yours that died." Like this thing is going to roll, and then everybody's like sitting around going, I don't know. You know who's a big Matt Colville super fan is Actual Jake.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it's shocking, I know. Shocking that a pedo adjacent guy can have
Jake
have that kind of love for Matt. Oh God. What do you say, chat? Chessex. I don't know. I think it's I think it's very low because I think he understands his stupid core fans, and he knows that he could sell them. Like he could sell. They're like Eskimos, and he's selling them ice. Benjathan Snortikins, £2. Sorry, £2. Gets a little gross up there.
Is that like $3 American?
It's like $2.50 maybe. $2.40, $2.50.
$50.
Each die is worth the max roll on the die. Of course, yeah. James, good to see you, man. The Great Yakubian. For $200 USD, he should throw in his hair. Yeah.
I agree. I'd
buy that. Trust me. That is a glorious set. Although, who was it earlier who said that he dyes it? I guess I could see that. He's I don't think he's quite as old as us, but he's got to be he's got well into his 40s. $2. James Carpio. AliExpress or Temu probably has them. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, if he's had to have cut like some kind of deal. I think he found a cachet of these things somewhere and is like, oh yeah, I'll just give me these like 5 different colors. And those die 6s that have 6 faces but only 3 on them. Like I have one of those. Like it's not in this tray here. But yeah, I know they sell those too.
Hey, Chris, have a great dinner.
Oh, Chris, yeah, I'm out of money and I got it. Chris, do not. Yeah, do not spend your wife money on me. Thank you. I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong, but please do not. None of you guys bankrupt yourself giving the show money. But
thank you,
Chris. If you have the extra, it is always appreciated.
Have a good night.
Keep the ship afloat. Yeah, boy, Alexandra Tidings, man, you are legend. Snake Oil Sean, SS Baby, $5. Wait until you see how much they charge for the digital version. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, he's gonna have his app. He'll have his dice rolling app. And for those of you that couldn't afford Good King Omen's box, well, here's this app. It's only $1.99. You can have the same thing on your phone. Isn't that great?
It's forever. It'll always be in your phone.
Until it after a year, it needs an update, and then it's like, well, you have to rebuy it.
Here's
actually,
someone from the other point of view.
Ooh, Patty. Good to see you. Straight up, you like the 20-sided D10s. I write games that use die 10s, and I love using the old die 10s. My Papa gave me. Yeah, we have a connection there. Yeah, and see, I don't have that connection with those. I've seen those before, Patty, but they've. I guess unless you spent some quality time with them as a youngster, maybe they just. I mean, it's okay. But in the same respect, I'm always thinking, why aren't we just rolling a die 20? It's so strongly connected. The what is it? The dodecahedron or whatever they call it. With the die 20, that anything else, to me there'd be a mental disconnect. Why isn't this thing rolling a 20? Oh, I keep forgetting it's actually a die 10. And then I'd be like, well, I'm just gonna roll my die 10 then. Oh, I'm going to put this up too. Yeah, so, all right. You looked at Chessex earlier. You could find the 20-sided die 10s, and now you looked 2 months ago and you couldn't find them. Yeah, he kind of cornered the market there. Unlock the purple shadow dice for only $4.99. Good Lord.
So that's how it's dodecahedron?
Yeah. Isn't that what the die 20 is called? Dodecahedron is one of those sacred geometry shapes too. Yeah. Yeah, says Benjathan. Oh, wait, ISO. Maybe that's the die 12 then. Sorry, the dodeca may be the die 12 because Meat says that the icosahedron, God, I always love trying to pronounce those, is the 20. Okay. You know what I mean. There you go, guys. Who's buying? Who's buying?
What we do know is that dice all around the world can be made for pennies per die.
And he's selling you essentially one dice for $10 each.
Not including shipping.
No, that would be with shipping. It's $20 for the box. I'm going to ballpark $10. If you're just getting one box, let's just say, I guarantee you it's $10 to ship that thing. So $30 total with shipping for 3 dice. So if you include the shipping, $10 per.
Well, if that makes somebody's poor soul feel great, then God bless them. You're making a douchebag very, very rich. I think that's a loss.
We need 1,000 to make it work. Oh, you couldn't make it work with 500? Your costs were that high on those boxes? Give me a break. I mean, once you get the artwork, I mean, you're getting the shit printed in China. I mean, I know it probably has a nice little, spongy little bed for them. All right, so I'll add material. What are we talking here, guys? $5, maybe, after you pay the artist, the cost of the cardboard, the ink, the dice bed. It can't be. I can't see it being more than $5 cost per unit. And he's not taking a loss on the shipping. Wow. Fuck.
Let's not forget. He also has a Patreon deal that he talks to his inner circle, and they're paying to participate in that. And that that can't be a cheap date.
Yeah. This guy rakes in so much money on Patreon too. It's like a racket because, if you're in Patreon, I think he gives you like little insights into the game. Like, oh, well, let's see, I've already supported the actual game, but if I want to, get early access to the rules, the playtest rules, well, I gotta pay up. And I tell you, for a guy who hates capitalism, I mean, he's like a turn of the century robber baron, this guy.
Ironcaster says he has 9,000 subscribers at $8 a piece.
Oh my God. Fuck. That's $8 a month.
I can't do the math right now, but it's a lot.
Yeah, it's quite a bit. Oh my God. 72 grand a month, huh?
I'm missing a boat right there.
Yeah, that's.
I have to start watching Matt's videos more and more and learn from him. Because I too want to sell an idea, and I've got a great idea.
We are making new dice.
Wow. I don't know.
Hey, taking a step back, people are paying it.
Yeah.
Again, until the product is delivered, they're paying money to feel good.
Yep. Our fearless moderator, a little quieter tonight, Cal. Matt is good king despot. Yeah, he is. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, Cal's probably like, oh my God, he's talking about actual Jake. It's time to get ready. Strap on the war gear. No, nothing like that tonight. Oh my Lord. All right, so we'll do a couple of short vids here. No, you know what it will do? Let's do this.
Let's do it.
A little bit of news for you. Courtesy of EN World. We all know now the Player's Handbook has been out for a little while, a couple weeks, or maybe just a week.
Get the Patrick's first.
There you go. $5, Patrick Demo. Maybe the communism lover should put his money where his mouth is and give his backers these dice sets for free. Yeah, spread the wealth. Yeah. That's for everybody else. Rules for thee, not for me, Patrick. You know that as well as I do. Yeah, they don't believe in that shit. I hate those champagne socialists so much. Hypocrisy drives me nuts. Courtesy EN World, the 2024 Player's Handbook sells 3 times as many as the 2014 version. It's only officially been out for a week, but according to WotC, the new D&D Player's Handbook has already surpassed Tasha's to become the fastest-selling D&D book ever in the entire 50-year history of the game. It has sold 3 times as many copies as the 2014 version of the book did at its launch. Not only that, the 2024 Player's Handbook was the biggest print run in D&D's history. In a press release today, WotC claims that 85 million D&D fans worldwide, and say that D&D Beyond, the game's official online platform, has over 18 million users. Current users or just users? All right, so actually that's not surprising to me, just because of how big D&D became over the pandemic. Yeah. And also keep in mind too, D&D was at a low point in 2014 after 4th edition, and so many people had left for Pathfinder. So it's not surprising to me that it's outselling that. The 2014, but as we all know, like the 2014 5e, if you will, had a long tail, thanks to its kind of the bolstering during the pandemic. So it sold a lot of copies over time. It kind of just took a little time to get started. So we'll have to see how this does. So the fact that it did okay in its first week, the new edition, not terribly surprising. A little surprising if they're correct in 3 times. We'll see though. See how it all plays out. Really, they're just worried about the current users on D&D Beyond. These things are just to bring you into that, to get you to get your credit card out, sign up for D&D Beyond, and then forget that you have a subscription, even if you're not playing. That's what they're banking on. Eden's, $2. Chessex costs 35 cents per die to make. Just checked. Whoa. All right, so we got $1 dice cost. I'll be generous. I will put $4 worth of packaging. I mean, it's probably less than that, but I'll be generous.
It would be because of the volume that he's doing. You know?
Yeah. I mean, he's got economies of scale. That's why he needed 1,000. But holy shit, is he making money? He's probably making, when it's all said and done, maybe $12 to $15 per unit. Holy shit. This guy's a pro. This guy is a pro. Erad says the art of the 5.24 player's handbook is absolutely nauseating. Oh, there you go. You're looking at you're soaking in it right there, as we have discussed many, many times. But you know what? This is what a lot of people want, and look, if they want it, they're more than welcome to it. Just maybe not for us anymore. That's all. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll see how it's doing. I just got a feeling that the peak has been reached as far as like the number of people. But just keep in mind, for it to be really profitable, they don't need all those people they got over the pandemic. They just need enough of them to sign up for D&D Beyond. That's everything to them. Once these initial books go out, they're probably just going to be thankful. Get them out there, and then just start selling PDFs of it on D&D Beyond.
Kobanizer says he's a straight white male. He wasn't allowed to buy it.
Yeah. Yep. Check your ID at the door.
Bleeker says the Colville talk bummed about. Can we go back to talking about hot girls?
Well, tell you what. Here, let's really creep you out. I gave you a little taste of this earlier.
Another hot chick? Is it gonna be hot?
Yeah. Oh, it's super hot.
Oh, thank goodness.
You guys ready?
Just like
after the
Batmobile, right?
It's gonna be like Boner Jams '97 here. Ready?
Yes, let's do this. Come on, hot stuff. Bring it on.
So I wouldn't be perceived as a woman, and I do these so I wouldn't be perceived as a man. And if that confuses or upsets you, mission complete. But if it doesn't, mission accomplished.
Wow, what the fuck?
Huh?
Just cut my hair.
Just cut my hair.
I grew this so I wouldn't be perceived as a woman. And I grew these so I wouldn't be perceived as a man. And if that confuses or upsets you, mission complete. But if it doesn't, mission accomplished.
What's that coy little wink for?
I know.
And also, did we need to see his leather underoos? Like, what's the pan away from?
It's so gross.
I don't even know what to say. Remember when fetishes were just fetishes? Remember that when fetishes was something very few people knew about. When you discovered, it's like, ooh, you don't want to look in there. But other people are like, fuck yeah, come on in. This is like there's no doors to fetishes anymore. This dude's an open fetish.
So creepy, isn't it?
It is. It is really creepy.
Dice Tales. I believe you won the card that I was auctioning off. I believe you were the one that won, right? If not, let me know. Send if you were, let me know, and I'll give you my email. I just need your Addy if you want to give it. If you're fine with not having it, I don't know. I'll re-auction it, but I want to send you the Hands of Hovering card that I made. So that's all. I did not forget, but I've been waiting for you to send me an email and bring back Nurse Ratchet. All right, so here's another one. I'll give you. This is.
But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more. Well, it's not one of those. This one is more under the crazy woman. Now, I'm sure you guys understand that Donald Trump sometimes has a strong effect on certain people, right? Yeah. Maybe some women get a little bit upset when you mention him or talk about him. This one got a little bit
before you start.
Yeah, a little bit more upset than most. Hey, Patrick, $5. That both confused and upset. Mission accomplished. Give you a little wink there. Mission complete. Or mission accomplished. It may have damaged my sex drive. My wife might be upset about this. Yeah. Give her my sorries and, all that stuff, Patrick. I did not mean to do that. Try to scrub your brain out later.
Drink bleach.
Yeah. Or pour it into your eyes. I don't know, whatever. All right, so I'm going to have you guys, I'm going to give you a 5-second notice here. You might want to turn your volumes down just one little notch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
With the Trump sign, she doesn't like the Trump sign.
Oh, no, let her go. Because it sounds really, I thought something was wrong. Yeah, I'm cool though.
Come on.
But no,
She's anti-Trump.
it's not popular art.
This apparently is an art, folks. This is an art major. She's an art major. Art is really
like she's hulking up there.
Yeah, it sounds like she's trying to pinch a loaf there.
Travis says banshees are real. Yes, they are. Wow. Oh boy.
Her mom and dad must be really proud.
Oh yeah. Of course. Why wouldn't they be? All right, we'll do one other thing here. I'll show you something, another bit of news. 1 second. I just have to find it because I unwisely closed it down. Oh, there it is. Easy to find. Easy peasy, Japanesey. All right. Let's do this. I will need control. First, we'll...
hit Patrick's real quick.
Yeah, we'll tell you what. I'm a pro. I can do this blind. Observe the Fey or the Gaelic origin. The bean shade. Thank you, Patrick.
Noted 79 says, imagine someone trying to date her.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she was reciting her doctoral dissertation. They're out there. I mean, say what you want about Trump. I mean, he exposed a lot of these people. Just crazy. All right. We always talk about D&D as a lifestyle brand. We'll pick that up in just a moment. Okay. Lord Cephalion. Let's go through with this. D&D goes vinyl with double album coming this fall. Huh? A D&D double vinyl album full of quote-unquote Forgotten Realms style ambiance coming this fall. What a world we live in, folks. Check it out. Here. The 50th anniversary of D&D is full of all sorts of new D&D concepts, from new rule sets, which we know and love, to a book about making D&D inspired cocktails. And as of today, a newly announced double vinyl album. 2 records with 12 original tracks designed to take you right into the Forgotten Realms. So don't worry if you thought Greyhawk was going to take over for even a little bit. It isn't. It won't. Whew, there you go. You'd almost think they were using Greyhawk as just as a ploy to get us old heads in there. And with more products like this on the way, the Sword Coast and Remembered Realms are sure to be here to stay. Let's take a look.
So that's 3 songs per side on double discs, right? 2 albums.
Yeah, I think so.
6 songs per album, 3 per side.
Yeah,
that's just like the fucking dice.
It's right. Yeah, it's another scam.
Yeah, what the fuck?
All right. Tell you what, I will pick this up now so it doesn't get too far. Nowhere near Chris's legendary status, but I once met Kim Director, Blair Witch 2, while working as a concierge in 2011. Chatted for an hour. Her eyes are incredibly hypnotic in person, I imagine. I'll have to look her up. I know who you're talking about, but it's been forever and a day since I've seen Kim.
Didn't she quit acting and like she opened up a pot farm or something?
Oh, did she? I don't know that.
I remember reading about this quite a while back.
Sounds reasonable to me these days. Probably more profitable. Honestly, it's probably better work than being an actor. I mean,
killing it right now.
Oh yeah. All right. So first of all, this double album sounds surprisingly epic. I did not have this on my 50th anniversary bingo card. Yeah. But let me tell you, it sounds like they've gone all out. The album features a 40-person choir, which alone should tell you what you're in for. Then on top of that, there's unexpected instruments. Unexpected instruments.
Maybe that girl strangling her cat can be in the background.
Exactly. Yeah.
A 40-person orchestra of that woman screaming.
Which I'm sure is code for anything beyond the usual strings, woodwinds, or other symphonic favorites. Yes, woman screaming. All right, so this is just the regular announcement. But here's the thing: it's just an album of like fantasy stuff,
right?
Like how is it related to Forgotten Realms? Like,
yeah, who's the composer? Throw a name out there. We might know that.
They do put him here.
Oh, they do.
They do actually. It's composer Michael Gatt, co-producer Jeremy Jarvis, and visual artistic director AJ Hanold's Real Life Odyssey. Yeah, so they got some work. God bless them. Some professional music people. The thing is, though, this is an album. This is vinyl. This would not have much utility at the table.
No.
I'll show you guys this. These guys will attest. I sometimes use this. If you're not familiar with tabletop audio, this is free. This dude has many hundreds of sound, like just kind of background music. And this is what you want. The thing is, you don't want a freaking choir blaring over your players. You want some subtle background music to kind of set the mood. That's all. If you think you need a freaking, the Carmina Burana every 10 minutes, your players are going to be like, dude, give it a freaking rest. These are really cool. You just click on some of them, go across different genres. It's like all you do is you can play these and loop them. The thing is, there's also a sound pad where you can create like city sounds, like just background, like
people at a bar.
Yeah, people at a bar, people at a harbor, on the high seas with a ship. Just very subtle, like the rigging, and in the sea. I can't recommend this site enough. Don't waste your money on a freaking vinyl album that I'm sure sounds okay, but it's gonna have no utility for you. It's for Forgotten Realms because they say it is. If they had said, "Oh, we're going to throw it back to Greyhawk with this fantastic vinyl, double album," everybody would just be like, "Oh yeah," and nobody would say, "You know what? This really sounds more like How would you do that? This really sounds a little bit more like Forgotten Realms to me. I don't know if I believe this is Greyhawk or Sword Coast or whatever." It's like, oh god. But again, it's like D&D is a lifestyle brand. It's like you need to display this album to show that you
put it on that shelf right there in full view, right next to the cookbook and the cocktail book.
Yes, the cookbook, the cocktail book, and now the choir music. And it's like I'm sure the musicians did a fine job. I'm not doubting that it might be good, but it's like, why do you need it? You guys want another trick I use? Go to DeWolf. DEWOLFE. DeWolf Music. It's free, royalty-free music. Now you can't download it, but you can play it off their site. I have I made an account, and I don't know if they grandfathered me in, but they allow me to do a playlist, so I can have that kind of music. My brother got invited to a D&D. Oh my God, really, Thetan? Is that the Thetan? I thought it was spelled differently before.
No, they did.
Oh,
I'm sure the
then.
tofu was
okay,
delicious.
They then. Yes. Yet the D&D nerd didn't get invited. Oh, really? Yeah. Well, that's not surprising these days. You're an old school nerd, I imagine.
Going back to the music, a handful of weeks back, you were describing the situation. We're about to get into a fight with the baddie.
Yes.
And I'm like, my heart's like just pounding, thinking to myself, am I hearing things? It's going on for a long time. Yeah. And like, finally, I'm like, hey, Double D, is there music playing? Yeah. You had it like just audible enough that it's like, I thought it was inside my head. I thought I was having a moment.
That's sort of the reaction you want, just a very subtle, like, I'm sort of being drawn into something here, but not like overpowering. Like your player shouldn't be like trying to speak over like the Carmina Burana, right, every week. Disco Barbarian, $2. Suno can make AI music, and you can download. Yes, that's where the song for Roland's Last Stand came from,
which was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you, Trav. Yes, you can make your own music if you want, but even if you just want to rely on just a well-organized site, I'm serious, just go to that Tabletop Audio. I've used that guy forever, and to me, it's not invasive. It's just almost like perfect. It's just kind of little background, beats. Oh, you're in the city. All right, we'll just kind of throw this on. I love it, and I would not pay good money for an album, a D&D album. You finally got my name right, right at the end there. The Van. Ah, come on, kid. It's like being punched in the arm by Muhammad Ali, me butchering your name. Travis. LOL, he butchers my last name all the time. As I said, guys, it's a badge of honor. You know I love you all. You're all my children. Which is why I want to bring up the dice Kickstarter I'm having starting next week. No, just kidding. No,
$49.95.
Yeah, that's right. We'll see how far we can push it.
This will be an absolute deal.
Yeah. It's the Good Thief Pious box. Rogan's character in our Castles and Crusade, the Birthright game, he has acquired an intelligent sword.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that
beheads people right in the middle of the street.
There's a learning curve on this one.
Yeah, he may need to read the manual on this one.
He rolled a 1 the first time he had it.
Yeah,
he rolled a 1 when he stole it, and then he rolled a 1 when he used it.
Yeah. Which meant poor old Skeeter was without a head.
That's what we need. We need a ballad of poor old Skeeter. Yeah, that was. Saw it coming. Didn't want to do it. It just happened.
It's one of the. I'll do Jefframs here, but we'll talk about that in just a moment. 10-1. This is a bunch of the RenCon crap. Is that Gen Con or RenCon? For me, it's Manowar. Oh, yeah. Slayer, Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath. Yeah, all the classics. Dio and other metal artists. Yes, absolutely, Jeffram. Yeah. And we got to put in there, in all due fairness to Crazymouse, Dire Straits.
Dire Straits and...
Sultans of Swing.
Yeah, and some Kansas and some... Led Zeppelin was popular, and I think he mentioned them.
He does, yeah. He's got them. Yep. Thank you, Jeffram, by the way.
And there's one more. Kansas, Dire Straits, Led Zeppelin. I'm picturing the album cover, but I just don't know who it is.
Yeah, it'll come to you.
Yeah.
If it does, blurt it out. Yeah. So there was a
Boston.
Yeah, there you
Don't
go.
look back.
With the guitar, like
Mm-hmm.
in this like spaceship thing.
Oh, I can picture it. Yeah, for sure. That famous cover. Yeah, Rogan confronted a mob who was dragging some people who probably were guilty to some extent of what they did in the city of Anyer. And he's like, hey, thought he'd be a do-gooder and go, what's going on here? Right?
I wanted to intimidate them. This was not a good event.
So he used his trusty new sword that he got from the tomb of Michaelis.
Drew my sword out. And holy fuck, did that go south?
Yes. Yeah, he's got some, I guess you'd call it just like one of the riffraff in the crowd, but he was the one talking. And he's like, well, see what we got here is we're going to drag these guys, blah, blah, blah. And Rogan's character Zane said, no, you're not. He had the
King's justice.
Yeah. Before he knew it, he had his knife to the throat of poor Skeeter. And then he rolled the 1. He was trying to keep control. And then
Skeeter had a baby and his head popped off.
Skeeter had a baby.
It was all in the wrist.
It was just a flick of the wrist.
I will say this. I mean, doing those live plays were a bit of a technical pain in the ass. I do wish we had recorded like that session because it was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
We were cracking ourselves up just talking about this guy Skeeter, who I made up on the spur of the moment. And like, yeah, they say, you killed Skeeter, the whole night was just like in memoriam, for Skeeter. God, it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. That's why I still play or run games for nights like that. It's great fun. James, the great Yakubian, some money to buy cheese for the mouse.
Thank you, DM James.
Squeak, squeak.
Right. Thank you.
I'll take care of him.
I'll
take care of him.
It's like nights like that. Skeeter will live on, but the only reason is because of the dice roll.
Yes.
If you just rolled a 2, nothing else would have happened, and he'd be forgotten.
That's how your group is kind of humming, because it's like Skeeter was not a thought in my brain, my PP, whatever, that night coming in. Like, I didn't know there'd be an NPC named Skeeter, but, a mob comes, and then, before we know it, he gacks up a 1 trying to, like, resist this intelligence sword. This intelligent, maybe evil, maybe not. Well, do you want to say, what's the sword's name?
Oh, Soul
Stealer? Yeah, Soul Thirst.
Soul Thirst.
That's not a bad name.
Hey,
Hey.
So, yeah. Then before you know it, it's a flick of the wrist, and some poor guy.
How you described how it invigorated my character. That was another thing.
That's why they pay me the big bucks. I'm no Matt Colville, but I get along. Yes.
Poor Skeeter.
Rogan's character Zane had to get out of town. Like, it was like he did that, he ran away, and then it was like on a boat like the following day.
And something else happened that night with that magic hall we had.
Mm-hmm.
There's a +3 crown of charisma that was lent out from one character to another character, who then lent it to another character,
an NPC,
and somebody called it from the very beginning. I said, this sounds like a really bad idea, and I sensed the plot to Uncut Gems in this.
You did.
Sure as shit, as the night went on, everybody forgot that the NPC is wearing it.
Not everybody. But
the 2 people who it belonged to
Yes.
totally forgot about it. And I just said at the end is, Double D says, all right, let's wrap it up for tonight. We'll pick up there here next week. And I just said at the very last thing, I said, well, that was really nice of you to let him keep that crown.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. To make a long story short, all right, whoops. Hold on here. Well, let me, there we go. All right. To make a long story short, sorry about that. Captain Stern is our group bard, and I think he's having a pretty good time playing the bard.
He's doing a good job too.
Yeah.
And in fairness, that crown, in reality, should be his.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But
he just needs to work out a deal with Tor.
And Tor just kept it.
Oh, our friend Zolt. But all right, so Stern is a bard. he's having fun with it. Again, this is like Crazymouse just said, sometimes the dice decide. Well, he was on a date with the woman who's like the head of the playhouse in the imperial city of Anyer. And the bard of the city of Anyer. I mean, he would be like the Hall or Oates of his day, whatever.
He's
like
the Frank Sinatra.
He's all right, the Frank Sinatra, the crooner, I guess. His name was Rigoberto. So they're at the same bar, and Sean's character, Captain Stern's character, had a little bit of juice at that time, and somehow it was like, hey, why don't you go up there and sing a little duet, with Rigoberto? And Rigoberto's like, oh yeah, sure, yeah, come on up here. And he's kind of giving big league, and I'm like, yeah, maybe someday you'll be as big as me, kid. This Rigoberto, who's an NPC, and wouldn't you know it, the dice decided. Like Rigoberto, figuratively, like threw up all over himself, and like, Captain Stern's bard
rolled a 1, but I think he rolled like a 2.
It was like a 2, yeah. And meanwhile, like our bard, Captain
20.
Stern's, yeah, we'll call it Quentin is his name. He goes by the Red Canary, which I love, but it's a little gay. Yeah, so yeah, and he like knocked it out of the park. So then it was almost like like their careers like kind of went in opposite directions after that. And then that bard Rigoberto had fallen so far so fast, he actually sent an assassin after the Red Canary, this woman. And again, this is where justice happens, because the Red Canary was supposed to be with that Playhouse woman, but he was looking to step out a little bit because this female assassin up north, kind of cornered him and said, hey, let's go outside. I'll show you a good time. Well, guess what?
Thinking with the little head.
Yeah, he's thinking with the little one, and he got shanked for it and poisoned pretty bad. Had to take care of that. So, they're up doing the Tomb of Michaelis, but this is all in the back. This would be considered like the B story, like if it's any like TV show back in the day, you had your A plot and then your B plot. So this whole Rigoberto thing was just kind of simmering on the back burner. But yeah, they got back from raiding the Tomb of Michaelis, which was more or less successful. And then, this Rigoberto had fallen so far. He had a group of like trolls following him around to any place that would still employ him. That's how far he had fallen.
Not literal trolls.
Yeah, no, not trolls. Yeah, like young men in the city going around heckling him, and oh my lord. And then finally, like the Red Canary, Captain Stern's character is like, there has to be some kind of resolution here. I can't keep looking over my shoulder. So he essentially worked out a plan, and I thought this was great to rehabilitate the guy that he shamed and humiliated.
It was,
yeah.
And he did it with the help. See, he worked out a show, and he gave the crown that they got from the Tomb of Michaelis, which helps your charisma, and he gave it to Rigoberto to put on during his performance. And wouldn't you know it, he knocked it out of the park. So now they're kind of like frenemies now. Now they're kind of like, all right, no more terrible bad blood. They're still rivals, but I equated it to when Vladimir Putin walked off with Robert Kraft's like New England Patriots Super Bowl ring. Like, nice ring, thanks. Robert Kraft thought he was just showing it to him, and Putin's like, thanks for the gift. It's kind of what happened with Rigoberto, just walking out the door with the crown. Although they will see each other, they're doing a series of shows.
I just wanted, and then at the end of the night, I said, that was nice of you to let him keep that crown. What? Huh?
What?
Yeah.
The what?
Devil's in the details.
There's Rigoberto right there.
Oh, yeah. All right, so first of all, this is the chick. Can't see. Jeez.
No, she's on there.
Yeah. Couldn't see my finger. That's Christiana. That's the girl that Zane's character
is very smitten with.
That's who he like.
Probably the best cartoon character that we've created for this
AI character. Yeah, I will say. Yeah, she is a thing of beauty.
I'm moving on up.
Yeah. That is Rigoberto.
It's a mixture between, a lot of people have said we're getting Russell Brand, Tiny Tim.
Tiny Tim.
And I see a little Dudley Moore, but I can see Tiny Tim and Russell Brand mixed together.
Yeah.
Patty's out of here. Have a good night, Patty.
See you,
Have a good one, Patty.
Yeah, Crazymouse. When we were like, when he was being introduced and, kind of in the game, Crazymouse, he'll always do this. He's like, I'm picturing this guy as like Tiny Tim from the Tonight Show.
Eric Idle, right? I didn't think about that.
Eric Idle, yeah.
Yeah.
Weird Al.
He's got a little of that in him. So this is Rogan worked his AI magic, and this is who he came up with.
Like I said the Friday night, looking up a picture, an appealing picture of Tiny Tim is impossible because that man was butt ugly. There's, I mean, honestly, what a, he passed away in the 80s, right?
Was it that? Jeez, was it that long ago?
Cold War Tuesday, you said some Owen Wilson in there. Yes, because of the nose.
All right.
Yeah, didn't we say that?
Yep.
Yeah. I think was it Zolt who said that?
That was definitely brought up.
Yeah, I think our buddy Zolt, who plays Torlock, said that as well. Yeah, with the nose. I was satisfied with this because I could see him. If he had a powerful like voice,
yeah,
I could see him like wooing the ladies in the Imperial City.
Tiny Tim. Yep. Dice
Yeah.
Tales. He was the main inspiration.
He was the main inspiration. Tiptoe through the tulips. Yeah, so that was the.
That's how I earned my keep on Friday night.
That's right. Yeah.
New characters introduced. I've been like, who
who should play this guy? And then Rogan does the legwork and go makes an AI version of him. So that's Rigoberto. He's back on his feet. He's on his comeback tour.
He's got a brand new crown of charisma.
And he's got a brand new crown that.
Just fucking give the shit away.
Yeah. He may just keep that in recompense. We'll have to see. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. That last session. It just goes to show you, like, you don't need like
prep work. That was all Rift.
Yeah, all Rift. No real combat or anything like that. It's all, but there
wasn't need to.
The
Lopper took care of it all.
Yeah, I mean, when you're mowing down 0-level peons and peasants, I don't even bother for roles for that.
The best part is kind of like how the story gets exaggerated the next time, and then the game of telephone it's exaggerated the next time. I liked it when Double D improvised. He's like, and he's running around. There will be more.
Yes, exactly.
I've only just begun.
Yes, I've only just begun. That was it. Yeah. Yeah, because they were like going around the city later that night. Of course, it would have been the talk of the town. Like, did you hear about old? We kept saying, did you hear about old Skeeter? He's dead. He's lying in, head rolled down the street. A madman. Running through the streets. Yeah. I've only just begun. Yeah, like I said, those, and I think like to kind of bring it back. I think that like a lot of like modern like D&D players, they kind of miss that sort of stuff. And maybe look, I mean, a lot of it just comes from being an experienced group and being an experienced DM, but just letting go and just realizing you don't need hours and hours of prep. You need to be able to think, not even like quick on your feet, but you just need to reason things out. That's all. Gotta go. Fun stream. Dice Tales. I didn't even look. Was that you who won that thing, or don't you want it? Let me know, because I gotta figure out who that was. If so, just watch the replay of this. I'll put my email. It's _gabbers@gmail. By the way, that's the business account.
Good night, Dice.
Yes, see you, Dice. Yeah, we're getting close here. We owe you a little bit of Otto and Roland. Yeah, Mac Thompson, 90% of DMing is winging it. Yeah. And look, maybe some people can do a little bit better job of that. Sometimes it's just experience, guys, a lot of it. It's just experience. Curious, what are your rules for when a character dies in one of your games and your player rolls up a new one? Does the rule set and level affect it? Asked Jeff from Canadian. I guess
my character would be the newest one.
Yeah, that is true.
I know that me and Stern, as Quentin, the Red Canary, came in at the same time, but he didn't have to. His character didn't die. My
he
guy just
kind of
picked up-
retired him.
He just picked up at the same level where my old guy left off.
Yeah, generally I'll either put him at the same level or maybe just one level behind. Not as like a penalty, but it kind of depends on
experience.
Yeah, just experience, just to kind of show like, all right, you're just a tad bit behind the regular group.
Which
But, you know,
actually, now that I think about it, Double D, my guy is one level behind.
Mhm.
Everyone I think if everyone's 7, I'm still 6.
Right.
Even with
Yeah.
that huge experience haul we just had,
Mhm.
my guy did not level up,
Yeah.
where everyone else's did.
Yeah. Yeah, as far as the rules, I mean, other than that, you know, we kind of talk it over. Like, okay, what are you thinking? You know, nobody likes doing this. I've said it a million times. I'm not one of those DMs who, I'm a killer DM and I love it. I hate it when one of the characters dies. But sometimes that's just the way the dice is. And I generally tend not to fudge when it comes to that stuff. Just got on break to catch you guys. Well, you missed a real good one, Joe. See us on the replay. Dazzle beef, $2. Where you been all night? I spend many hours for things that never happen. Yeah, you don't want to do that. A lot of it just comes with experience, but just don't over look. I've said it before. If your players are in a certain spot, like these guys were in the Tomb of Michaelis, well, then it's kind of easy. Like I kind of know. All right, well, generally they want to get through this thing and get to the treasure at the end. So I kind of do know then, like, all right, prep this thing, maybe these rooms here. But even still, sometimes I'll wing stuff. I'll leave that, to kind of be fleshed out. But yeah, other than that, just have a couple of basic beats. Like if they're in a city, I can't stress this enough. Just your whole ability as a DM is just going to be judged by how good you are at bringing NPCs to life. And that's really just, and I don't mean by, funny voices and all that, but just by interesting NPCs that they can interact with and have like in their game.
A while back, me and Gavin were just in a text thread. Now, when I say a while back, I'm going to say months and months ago. Just some of our favorite NPCs of all time. And one of mine was actually a dirty fighter named Unarat,
yeah.
He was part of a big plan I had to rob a room that had some gems in it and stuff like that.
What was the plan called?
Mo Money.
Operation Mo Money.
Mo Money.
And Unarat was part of it. And it was all just because just one night we just needed a fighter and just some hired hand, and Unarat was born.
Yeah. I remember him well. Yeah, because you loved him so much, I fleshed him out. Mm-hmm. That's another thing you have to do too, is you have to kind of read the room. Oh, these guys are kind of liking this guy, or conversely, like these guys really don't like this guy, so maybe de-emphasize him a little bit. I almost think more than 3 rooms in any dungeon is a waste of time. Let's just put it this way. The older I get, I do love a simple dungeon. Now look, like Greg, the Barrow Maze is a fantastic multi-room dungeon. But yeah, if every dungeon is like that, it can get kind of heavy pretty quick. So I think even like the Tomb of Michaelis was pretty simple for these guys.
Bingo.
Mo money. That's, the Genesis. Crazymouse was a big fan of that. So yeah, he drew up like plans for it. I still have the statue, which I think I showed.
I still have the
at some
original.
point.
The
Yeah,
original
you got
plan.
you got the plans. I made it, but this is back in the early 2000s. This is like early 3rd edition. I made a little statue like for the, like where they were gonna. It was in the room, where the treasure was. It's partly out of tinfoil. I loved it. Yeah.
Sir Guy was part of that.
Oh yeah, Sir Guy Herdred. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's like all these names from the past. You guys that are working on your dungeon rooms, like, and just filling it with like, oh, this thing and that, like you're doing it. I don't want to say you're doing it the wrong way, but you should be spending that mental energy on somebody they meet along the way to the dungeon, or when they get back, who can kind of get them in, lead them in certain directions, or get them into trouble, or take them.
Barvana will be a character. 10
yes.
years from now, we'll still talk about.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And again, to Crazymouse's point earlier, sometimes it's about the dice rolls. Like, yeah, he was larger than life, And I sincerely wasn't trying to like, ram it down the character's throat, but like at some point these guys were like, all right, this guy's got to prove something. Well, he did.
At first he did not.
Yeah. Eventually he did.
Why the hell are we with this guy?
Yeah,
he kind of had.
He rolled a 4, another 5.
Yeah.
Man, he's lighting it up today.
Yeah. Then he
did.
Yeah. But he was a lot of stories and like, haha, yeah, he is kind of fun. Like I said, he kind of based on a pro wrestler, but yeah. But then they were at the Tomb of Michaelis, and when they needed him,
he came through.
He came through with flying colors. And then like that sword that we were talking about, the intelligent sword, like it was one of those things like Rogan's character and, Big Bavarna, the NPC.
Reaching at
the same time. And,
No, that's not how it was. They weren't reaching for it at the same time as everyone was bandaging up.
Yes, that's right, yeah.
Rogan skipped his bandaging treatment from the priestess.
Yeah.
And he went and got the sword.
Went right over.
And then Varvana came back. He's like, so what kind of treasure are we looking at, brother?
Yeah. He's like, oh, nice sword you got there, man.
I got that sword. Wait, and the shield? And the ring?
Yeah.
Yeah, what were you doing?
Yeah, so then Bavarna's like, we're going to talk about this sword, and Zane, Rogan's character is like, well, yeah, we'll talk about it, but I could tell like you wanted it. And I'm just like, he's probably has a little bit of a claim, to it. He did a good job too. Eventually it worked out, did it not?
It worked out.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking about it now.
I was going to say.
Well, yeah, we'll see how things go this Friday.
Yeah, we'll see. Bavarna ended up just kind of staying in one of the cities along back on the way home. He had a pregnant girlfriend that he wanted to make an honest woman out of. And he said, you know what? Just cut me out for my share. You can keep the sword, Zane. And Zane very nicely gave him a magical ring, which you don't even know what it did.
Oh, yeah, the wedding ring.
Yeah, he gave that. He's like, here's your wedding ring, dude. And Bavarna's like, all right, man. Bob Galt. Hi ho, fellows. Good to see you. So here we are just bullshitting about our campaign. Hey, we still got 107. So it's so you can tell we're winding down. But yeah, there's your DM/player advice. All right. Time for Star Trek with the Ween. Cheers. There you go. All right, guys. We're gonna do a little Otto and Rorik. In fact, I'm gonna play the song because I got to take a little wee myself. When I go over there, and yeah, we can do some stuff.
Speaking of you taking a bathroom break, Mrs. Mouse is concerned about me today because I haven't drank anything, but I've peed 4 times, and I still haven't drank anything today. So,
oh yeah,
yeah.
Huh. That's
she thinks I'm too dehydrated.
Well, you've had that issue.
I've had that problem before.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So we're always a little concerned.
So tonight, after we're done, I'm gonna go get my dinner, and I'm definitely gonna have something to drink afterward.
I cannot eat this late.
I can eat late, and I can have caffeine late at night. It doesn't bother me. But I haven't even had a glass of water yet today or anything.
Damn.
I know, Surly. I know.
You need to get something in you, brother.
Gavin on hot days will text me throughout the day to tell me to go drink something.
We're just looking after you. Looking out for your well-being. All right. You'll see what I'm doing here in a moment. All you guys that stick around.
Like spaghetti on a wall.
Yeah.
El dente.
David Nixon's out. Have a good night, Dave.
Good night.
Yep, night, guys. Yeah, we're going to be doing Otto and Rorik. These guys have to get out of the free cities with their treasure intact. And
ditch this girl.
Yeah, got to ditch the girl. All right. I think that's it. Can put this here. All right. Thanks all of you who are not sticking around for the little bit of live play we do. We will catch you next week. And I guess that's about it. For the rest of you, we got Otto and Rorik coming up. So here we go. Thanks, everybody, all the super chatters that are leaving. We really do appreciate it, all of you. Like I said, from the least to the most. Try to shout you guys out as much as I can. So don't ever think you guys go
you don't go
unnoticed. Yeah, we really do appreciate it.
Absolutely.
So, all right, so here we go.
Boom.
All right, so I'm gonna put the promo up. It's the old promo because I gotta take a little wee wee. So I'll be right back.
That was not only do we have a new picture of Otto coming, but that was the old picture of Roland.
Yep.
Roland. Disco says we'll catch the live play at work. Conan and awaits. Good night, all.
Good night, everybody.
Yep. Good night, Disco.
All right. Ooh, Disco, $5. Thank you very much. I promise I washed my hands. I really did.
Licked them clean.
Yep. All right. The boys are in Stormhold. There she is. There's actually 3 of them.
Yeah.
Just give you the dime explanation. I got to get the new version of wait, I thought I already did. I changed the title. I got to get your new
Yeah, I have a new guy.
You have a new guy. Yeah. But Otto there, nice young looking lad, helped rob the Tower of Set back in the Port Prospera, and they are on the run with treasure. Unfortunately, his old companion Roland is dead in the Tower of Set. Got killed getting the treasure. So Otto and Soraya, Roland's old girlfriend, made it out. And they met up with Rorik, that handsome man in the middle. Now they are trying to leave. They have run in.
Overkill's breaks over. He's going to catch it on replay. Good night, Overkill.
Sounds good.
Backdoor work. What are you looking at?
Yep.
Backdoor work.
Met someone they met, or at least Otto did on his way down, Aurora. Damn. Now, if you recall last time, she said, hey, she kind of helped you out as you were coming into Stormhold.
Yep.
And she also said, hey, if somebody comes looking for me in Stormhold, I'm going to be leaving, probably on the same boat with you guys. That was your supposition. She's like, please don't let them know that I'm here. And somebody did come in, and he looked like very fancy, like a noble. And he said, essentially, like, hey, anybody see this this woman? And you can pretty much tell that this Aurora is somehow involved with some kind of a noble. And he wants her, and she might be a runaway of some kind. All right, so there you go. All right. All right, so you guys are staying at the inn here. It's by the docks. It's Otto, Rorik, and Soraya. Boom. You guys had about a day before that ship leaves.
Yeah.
What did you want to do?
Well, we were going to kind of hang low, do some shopping, I believe, to change up some wardrobe. We didn't get a chance to do that yet.
You were getting a new haircut?
I was getting a haircut.
Yeah. Yep. All right.
Every time we try to ditch Soraya, she always comes with a good reason why she should stick around.
Yes, that she does. She's been mainly staying up in her room, like kind of counting, like, you know, the treasure that you guys have.
I believe we wanted her to change her hair color as well.
And she is a little hesitant, but she is kind of telling you, like, we're just going to get on the boat, and once we do that, we're good. She's like, I promise I won't leave. Do I really have to do that? My naturally, it's just like, was that girl from the Peanuts? My naturally curly hair.
Maybe a bandana to keep it up or hidden.
She agrees to that. She'll agree to that.
She might have to dress more utilitarian.
Yeah.
Gowns.
Yep. These are just...
Is that a guy carrying a sword?
That's a little kid.
Is that Zane Kincaid?
What was that? What did you say, Sword?
Kill the girl.
All right, so Stormhold is a bustling city. But it rains here a lot. You know, it has definitely earned its name from what you can tell. The couple days that you've been here, you know, a lot of like afternoon rainfalls, you know, thunder and lightning, and then, you know, then it's fine. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll put her up here. There you go. So you go out, get your hair cut.
And some new digs.
Okay. It's no problem. Stormhold's a big city. I know you're probably, you said you were kind of keen just to keep a low profile. Is that correct still?
That is correct.
All right. What about you, Rourke?
Well, I've got a little bit of coin right now, so that I'm good. I'll probably get some gear, maybe some new clothes, you know, for the next adventure. I don't know. My armor's good. My hammer's good. I'm good.
Yeah. All right. All right. So basically, you're just kind of living your normal life, right?
You know,
I mean,
I got, you know, it's cool. I've got, I don't see this every day. I've got some coin.
Yeah. What hair color are you are dyeing at Otto?
I think I might just stay brunette, but just shave it down.
Shave it down. Okay. Yeah, you're not going to dye it then. You're just going to shave it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you and Rourke will kind of look like you belong together. You know, close cropped hair. That's fine. All right. So you're coming back.
And the story has always been that this is my sister.
Yeah. Soraya. Yeah. Soraya, when you go back, you know, after, you know, doing your duties. So like tomorrow you guys are leaving. Okay. We'll say that's, is that good? There's nothing else you wanted to do here. I think you said, all right. So when you come back after getting your hair shaved down, getting your clothes and all that stuff, we'll say you guys get back together, you know, come back, you know, whether you were out together or not, you just kind of meet back at your inn here, which is, you know, right here. There's a message for you. The bartender, you know, the tavern owner gives it to you and says that sister of yours, she says for you to come up immediately.
I probably never would have seen her penmanship to the, you know, I'm going to follow through. I wouldn't think anything other, you know.
I'll go with.
Yeah.
I'll go with.
All right. You go up. Door's closed.
I'll knock.
You hear a voice. Almost sounds scared inside. Who is it? It sounds like her.
I'll say it's your brother.
She undoes the door and opens it. She has a
Say something that my sister would say.
She says, Well, here's something your sister might say. We're in trouble. You know, she opens the door and has a dagger in her hand, and she says, "Come over here." She goes over to the window. You guys have a nice view of that dock area there.
Okay.
And you can kind of see him plain as day. Down at the dock, surrounded by, looks like he has 3 people around him. She's like, "What are we gonna do? They've been there all day, patrolling the docks." Tharn from the Temple of Set.
And our ship leaves tomorrow or later today?
Tomorrow morning.
We are going to stay in this room and not leave, and keep our eyes on the dock to see where he's constantly being. And we have to come up with a plan of how we're going to sneak on that boat. And I'll explain to Rorik. He's from the temple that we escaped from.
You recognize the people with him.
Right.
Maybe not necessarily him, but some of the people with him do look like Temple of Set stooges that you've
Right.
seen.
Nothing but bad news, those people.
You are correct.
So, he can't stay there all night long. So one of his stooges is going to be there.
Well, even if he doesn't stay there all night long, we just don't need him to be staying there tomorrow.
Right.
We need to get him out of there.
I'd say, in the wee hours of the morning, stumble through with a doctored bottle of hooch, something that'll knock a man out, offer it to the guy standing guard when the rest of them are gone, of course. It's going to be somebody standing guard there.
We need to dock that boat early.
Right. So if we can get the guy drunk, I mean, I think killing him would draw some suspicious, but I think if he's found passed out with a bottle in his hand, it won't look so bad.
Man. I'm not opposed to shedding blood. Lord Cephalion is out.
Good night.
Oh. Good night.
Right, so it's about dinner time now. You know, the regular crowd shuffling in. But Soraya seems a little bit like she's like, she's like, what should we do? She's like, we could be sold out if any of these people down there have seen us.
Nobody knows who we are.
They have a fair description of me.
Yeah, but what are they going to say? Do you know a beautiful blonde? They grow on trees around here. I'm trying to put her mind at ease.
Yeah. She's like, well,
you're not that good looking.
Surly says you need a distraction.
I know. I'm trying to avoid fire because we use fire all the time. Like
fire kills people
in a lot of games.
Yeah. Yeah. Let them burn.
Yeah.
You can kind of hear his voice coming from down there. Yeah. He's like, you were down there. He's like, you can almost hear him saying, like, they're here somewhere. I know it. I can feel it. In his best, Utah, give me 2. Yeah, he's in his best Gary Busey voice.
Oh boy. We need like some form of like a huge crowd somewhere else. And I mean huge, like 100 or so people, and like cause this massive diversion somewhere else to get these guards down there, and we just sneak on the boat, and it just needs to be like just quick. you know?
Is there another inn down the road?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Remember, this is part of a very large waterfront dock area.
Right.
You know, you're only kind of close to your boat. Sorry, my notes are kind of out. Yeah, but I think you are at the Crimson Blade Tavern.
How about if we make an explosion? And here's how we could do it. Just buy some couple bottles of like whiskey, and then like light a fire by it, so that the fire will make these bottles just explode, like pop, 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 and down by there, we put like gold pieces or something like that. So people will just keep going over there like money, money, money. And then like all, you know, like Tharn and his men just go down there and been like, what money? What's going on down here? Like maybe something like that.
Yeah.
The loud explosion, the free money.
You see him now walking, Tharn, that is, and he's actually kind of walking up the street. You can hear almost Soraya like, oh, she grabs your arm, almost, you know, digging the nails in. What if he comes here? What if he comes here?
He has no jurisdiction here. This could be Rorik's room, and all we have to do is hide.
She says, are you kidding me? She says, jurisdiction. They have so much coin. She kind of looks like terrified. We should have never done this. Your poor friend and my lover would have been alive. Look, he is coming here. As you see him kind of like walking in. Now he is coming in alone. Mm-hmm. Now you guys are upstairs in the second floor rooms, right?
We're at the end, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. You can hear the din of people downstairs. You can kind of hear his voice though as he comes in. You have to let me know if you're.
I'll look out our window has a balcony. You said yes.
Yeah, but he's inside the inn in the first floor now. Yeah.
So outside the balcony, where are his other two? You said he was with 3 people.
It seemed like there was, at certain times he was with 1 and then 2, and the most you've ever seen him with is 3 others. But it seems like they're all kind of breaking up and like essentially walking a beat.
Maybe I get out through the balcony and just go back downstairs, and you stay up here with Soraya as newlyweds.
Yeah. Or if we want to meet this head on, maybe she should be seen like on top of the stairs by him.
And then
she runs.
Your microphone.
I'd
Rogan.
like to think that he would dash right away toward her. And then once he gets upstairs,
we could take care of it.
Yeah, kick junk, take wallet.
Yeah. Remember to talk into your mic, guys.
I'm not against it. Let's do that.
What are you doing?
We're going to have Soraya make herself seen at the top of the stairs. When Tharn says, hey, and comes up the stairs, we'll be waiting.
All right.
To talk.
I gotcha. I love it. All right. You can hear him downstairs, and she's like, oh, this better work. She's like, you want me to draw him up here?
Yes.
She says, I'm putting my life in your hands. And then she kisses you on the cheek. She says, for luck. Oh my God, this girl. Okay. So downstairs. You can hear him. He's actually trying to do like his cell. I'm looking for at least, one man, young lad, kind of handsome. That probably makes you smile a little bit. He's got boyish good looks, and a blonde seductress. He's like, now I am willing to pay, as I've said every day since I've been here, good money. Good money.
Oh, man. I'm going to be out in the hallway with her, but out of sight.
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to flick one of those coins, the Temple of Set coins, down onto the bar. Like I'm going to, from a distance. If it lands there, perfect. If not, so be it.
Make a dex roll. Let's.
I like that.
Yeah. Remember, you're rolling under.
I rolled a 10.
Oh, you got that.
I'm looking for it.
Yeah, you got that.
14.
Yeah. Oh, you do it. He's kind of standing by the bar, and then clink. If it was like a perfect, 1 or whatever, it'd be like quarter bounce, right into the guy's beer. But it catches his attention enough that he looks, as it bounces, and we'll say it maybe bounces and is like rolling on its edge. Real dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
Along the bar.
Spinning,
Yeah, and then it kind of rolls down, and then you see his fingers close on it. He looks at it, and he's like, put this here. He's like, son of us.
And now I go back into the shadows.
Yeah. So he thinks it's her as she's standing there, and she says, my life is in your hands. He says, oh, girl, you're going to regret this. This is all your life's worth. And he just flicks it up into the air. He draws his sword, and showing the cowardice of the people downstairs, they don't stop him. They clear a path for him because he's wearing the standard of Set. He draws a sword.
Rorik, it's go time.
All right. So, you guys have, let's see here. Maybe what we can do.
Auto, draw and steal.
Draw steal.
Thank you, Travis. A chocolate covered coin.
A Koval coin.
All right. So we'll see if
I am going to need something. Armor for chain.
Oh, chain. Yeah.
I think it's 4, but I'm not sure. There is no scale, I don't think.
Yeah, we can use chain for that. For now. AC 5.
5?
Yeah.
All right. I got a -1 to that, so it's a 4.
All right, I'm going to move Tharn here. Guys, this is what you've been waiting for. Battle to the death between Otto, Rorik, and Tharn. I'm gonna keep him up, but I'm gonna reduce him a little bit. All right, so let's see. Yeah, maybe this is a little better. All right, so kind of picture this. This is the upstairs hallway. All right, so these are the stairs coming up to the second floor. Kind of got it. You guys see what I'm?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So we'll put Soraya here. I'm going to get rid of these steps now. We just know this is like the top of the landing. Now there is a room here and a room here. You only have one of these. This one here.
We're in the first one, right there?
Yeah, right here.
Okay. $2 super chat, DM James. Right?
Nice armor on Comrade Rogan. Thank you, James. Yeah. He's got some nice scale mail on him.
Turned out good.
All right, so where do you want to be?
She's going to be kind of ducking into the first room, and maybe Rorik is in there waiting, and I will be down the hall and then kind of hidden in a doorway. That way I can backstab better.
Okay, so you're just kind of...
Yeah.
All
Maybe
right.
just across the hall. I don't have to go too far.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Well, I'll tell you what. Is the door locked? X, it's locked. I, it's unlocked. Unlocked.
Okay. I will be
You're lucky.
In that door.
Nobody's in there.
And I will be waiting till... he's going to see her, so he's just going to go right after her.
Yes, sir. All right. So he's a coming.
Christmas is a coming. The goose is getting fat.
All right. So he sees her go in here.
Norton says that your firewall protection alert.
Yeah, it's all right. Okay. All right. Now he comes up. Now I'm going to roll die 20 just to see if he suspects anything. All right. Does he suspect anything other than her being here? There's a 9. Okay. He sees that she goes in here. He does stop for a moment outside the door. And he's
Here
like,
I am, kill me.
yeah, he's got like a nice sword, like snake motif, on the pommel. And he's like, He does not go in. Okay. The door is like partially open. He nudges it open with his sword. Now his back is completely on you.
And that is where I strike first.
Gonna strike first. Okay. So we'll need like a move silently roll to see if you don't give up the... So that's a percentage roll. If you look in the second.
Oh, okay. I rolled a die. I rolled a 10 die 20.
Yeah, it should be a nice percentage for you to move silently and creep over and stab him in the back.
29.
Which should be under, right?
Silence 37, yeah.
All right, nicely done.
Backstab, most move silent, +4 bonus to hit, double damage.
All right.
What's his
So his AC... Actually, his AC is going to be 5-2.
So I need a 10.
All right.
And this one you still want to roll under, correct, right? Or is this an over?
No, now we're in attack. So now you're...
Okay, that's a hit.
So you should be looking at AC 5 on the bottom of your sheet.
Right, 10, I rolled a 16.
Yep, perfect.
+4 is 20 then.
Yeah.
Not a natural 20.
Yeah, but nice. Okay. And double damage.
Okay. And daggers do 1 die 4, if I'm not mistaken. I have that special...
Yeah, but yours does a little bit more. I know.
Dagger.
Yeah, I know yours does because you got it from the special hall downstairs in the snake room.
I don't have what it does, Double D.
That's all right. You probably don't know yet.
Okay.
I do though.
Womp womp. 2 1s and a 2. So 4 plus whatever.
4. Okay. He you catch him a little bit, but maybe he turns around at just that moment, and now it's on. He says, "You!" Like he immediately recognizes you.
But I got a haircut.
It's like I'd know that little. I'd know the guy who sawed my chair off. All right, so one of you guys just roll a die 6. This is for we do group initiative.
Hit it up.
I got a 2.
5. So we go first.
All right, you guys go first.
If I go again, do I get backstab again? Because
No.
he hasn't gone yet.
No, it doesn't work like that here.
Okay.
He's aware of you now.
Okay.
Now it's just straight up. Yeah.
I will go at him one more time.
Mm-hmm.
So now he's a 14, correct?
Yeah. Whatever AC 5 is at the bottom of your sheet. I think that
Then
sounds
I
right.
missed.
Yeah.
I rolled a 10.
Okay. Yeah. I think that would be okay. You stepping in?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. What are you attacking with? Hammer. Okay. All right. You got enough
Yeah,
room.
Travis wrote hammer time.
Hammer
Yep.
time.
You got enough room to swing that hammer right now. He's kind of in this weird position in the door frame.
So it's 14 or better then.
Mm-hmm.
At 5.
Whatever it says, AC 5 on the bottom of your sheet. Yeah.
Nah.
Missed.
That's a 7.
All right, you splinter the door. He kind of ducks out of the way of Otto, and just at that moment, he sees this hammer coming at his head, and he essentially says the equivalent of "Holy shit!" and just drops down at the last moment, where you splinter the door almost off its hinges at the top.
Dazzle Beef has a game question.
we use the matrix. It's like the chart. Yeah, Dazzle Beef. Yeah, it's kind of like the not quite Thaco, although I think you could. It's Dragon Slayer by Greg Gillespie. Basically, just a combination of basic expert D&D and first edition. All right, so all right, so he's actually going to try to stab you with a hammer. Maybe he sees that as the biggest threat coming in at him because you made such a splash.
I'm at a 4.
AC 4?
Yeah, I got a 5. I got
okay. So 4 plus his hit dice is 4. So I'm going to add 8 to this and hope I roll over 20. That is a 7. That is a miss.
Is this a game where you re-roll a niche every round?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's do it again. 3.
2.
That's okay.
2. All right, he's seen enough. He's now going to try to bull his way past you, Otto.
Oh, he's trying to leave.
Oh yeah. He sees there's 2 of you here, and one of them has a huge hammer. So he's like kind of like pushes past. I'm gonna let you have an attack on him.
I'll take it.
Go ahead.
Okay. I rolled a 13. I don't know if this thing has any properties. But
How close are you from hitting?
He's a 5, correct?
Yeah.
1.
So you hit him.
Okay. And also, Double D, remember in this game I have a chip. I don't know what that chip does.
Reroll.
Okay. I rolled a 4 for damage, 1 die 4.
You roll a 4.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, he's bleeding now pretty severely. From that wound, maybe a minor one earlier. He goes stumbling, kind of like down the steps.
I will. It's our niche again.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. There's no attacks of opportunity. I kind of gave that to you. So, Rorik, why don't you do something, and then we'll redo an ish.
All right. If I have the opportunity to get to him before he gets to the steps.
No. He. You gotta kind of barrel your way past your partner here.
Yeah.
So
no,
you're
good.
okay.
Let's do a niche again then.
All right. So we'll do an ish. Maybe one last time. Looks like I got a 6.
He goes first again.
All right. He feels you hot on his tail. He goes like running down. Just imagine Gary Busey running very very fast through the crowd, like pushing people out of the way.
He's going down the stairs, correct?
He's down now off the stairs and like running through the common room.
And I'll yell as a free action, stop that man. He just tried to rob my sister. To the crowd.
Yeah. What kind of reaction does that garner? 4 Tharn. A good reaction will mean they do nothing and let him go. A bad one, maybe they stop him a little bit. Ugly means they do as you say, Otto.
We can't read that. Good. They're going to let him go.
Yeah.
What kind of town is this, you fuckers?
Kind of like they cleared a path for him on the way up. They clear a path on the way out. And he gets to the door. Now you can continue pursuit. He just has maybe a little bit of a head start.
Well, I could catch him with this round, and then we would re-roll a niche, and it would be all up to the chance cube.
Correct. Yeah.
I will go to the door. I'm going to chase him right after him.
All right. So you guys are downstairs at the door.
All right. The all-important niche.
You want to roll?
You've been on it. You do it.
You want to do it over here? Do it on camera? You don't have to get on camera. Just do it. Just do it like right here. All right. Hold on one sec. All right. Landing zone right here. All important.
We got it.
You got it.
All right, I'm gonna stick
Nice.
him like a pig. I'm gonna try.
All right. He's running out. He's like pushing open the front door, and you can hear him saying like, "Help! In the name of Set, in the name of great Set."
That with his mouth open and his throat exposed. Let's see if I can finish him off.
All right.
All right, this is a big roll.
It
And
is.
I do have a reroll if I don't.
Yeah,
I want to make
for
this
sure.
happen.
For sure.
Okay, I will use my reroll. I rolled an 8, and I don't think that thing's a +6.
No, it is not. It is not. It is not.
Okay. Oh my good.
Got verification.
It is a 20.
It's a perfect 20.
All right. Nicely done.
Wish that one was on camera.
You can always do it over here. Remember, you won't be on camera
Yeah.
if you just go where he was. You guys have to know too. Crazymouse is the most honest guy like I've ever met. So
yes,
I ain't here to cheat you. I'm here to beat you.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Why don't we do full damage for the first, and then double and then just roll for the second?
Okay, so then it would be 4 plus whatever bonus, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then the second one is a 2 plus whatever the bonus.
Okay. Okay, he stumbles out into the street, falls down. He's not quite dead, but he's like, just picture him now, like crawling, like, oh, as blood's like coming out of his mouth. He's no longer a threat, so you can do with him as you will.
Yeah, but he's in the street.
He is. He's like crawling out into the street, and now there is a crowd around. Like some people are gasping, and then you hear, some people are like,
"The king's justice says you should be slain."
You hear some people say, he's from the Temple of Set, and they do the equivalent of genuflecting or crossing themselves. What do you do? You can tell he's like slowly like trying to crawl his way towards the dock area, and he's kind of like yelling, but there's like gurgling. Like
I'm gonna try to get the crowd's sympathy, and before you know how Arya stuck that dude with that sword.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that with my dagger, and I'll be like, for what you just did to my sister upstairs.
All right. Why don't you do a charisma roll before you do the coup de grace?
Charisma is a 13. I did not make that.
Okay. You hear some people saying, "Mercy, dear God, mercy, the man's dying."
The mercy would be to end it because he's going to die. And with that,
some of them are buying, some aren't.
Some of that, and then with that, I soup du jour him.
Give him the old soup du jour. Okay. He turns around, looks at you one last time. He just says, "Set will curse you forever," as you plunge the dagger wherever you're going to plunge it.
Yep.
Okay. Gurgling blood comes out of his mouth with like bubbles, and then the light goes out of his eyes.
Now, when that's happening, that's boom, boom, that's happening. While that's happening, I'm not paying attention to that. I'm looking for whoever is going to come running.
Very good, because a couple of people do come running.
I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to disengage. I'm going to go upstairs to Soraya.
All right, so he comes, first of all, as you're killing him, you see Rorik passing straight by you, and you do see 2 of his men coming up who see the crowd and are on guard now.
Right.
So knowing that now, that I've set the scene, what do you want to do, Otto?
I'm going to disengage. I have to go.
Still disengaging. Okay.
Yeah, because I have to go and prep Soraya.
Okay. All right. Well, this is your moment to shine then, Rorik.
I'll mumble to you, grab my gear.
Okay.
All right, let's do Inish. They see you, they kind of get a sense too. Got a 6. Yeah. They're coming up at you with like little short swords. What's your AC?
It would be a 4.
All right, so these are kind of 2 hit die creatures. 2 plus 4 is 6. So I'm hoping for a 14 or higher on these. Okay, perfect 20 on one and a miss on the other. So the perfect 20, he gets you good for 4 points of damage.
That's not right. The first one's max.
Oh yeah, that's how.
It'd be 7.
That's true. Yeah, we'll call it 7.
7?
Yeah, 7 total. That's correct.
I don't
All
want a big.
In the meantime, you're upstairs. You're talking to Soraya. She's like freaking out.
I'm gonna tell her to grab the treasure and the gear.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna rip her dress
Mm-hmm.
and crack her one in the cheek.
Okay. All right.
And I'll say, "Trust me," and then I go running back out.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. So go ahead.
I am swinging.
Rorik. Yeah.
You got him. Yes.
AC on these guys is 7.
Oh god, yeah, I got a 12.
Yeah. AC. Yeah. Little lower AC on these flunkies.
That's a D8.
On the hammer.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah. Warhammer's D8.
4.
Okay. He goes reeling
The
back.
Joker would say half.
Half. Yeah. Yeah. One more good hit. He's done.
Right.
All right. Inish.
Right.
All right. So at the end of this round, you'll be downstairs. Auto. 4. Reroll. 2.
2.
Reroll. 6.
6.
6. All right. All right. We're in sync. 3.
2.
All right. The one is just trying to get his bearings back, but he does come rushing up at you. The brown is the wounded one. He misses, but the other one comes up on you and does hit for 4.
All right.
Go ahead. We'll do you.
And I'm not available this round.
Not this
The
round. No.
Next one.
Yeah, next
Okay.
round. Yep.
Marvelous Mr. Mean. Have a good night.
Yep.
That was marvelous.
We'll be finishing up here as soon as this combat's over.
Hurting pretty bad.
No, we're good.
Go ahead.
Oh, attack?
Yeah, your turn.
That's a 16.
You attacking the wounded one or the other one? The other one.
Whoever
Okay.
who's closest.
Probably the one who's not wounded right now.
Yeah, because the other guy was staggered back
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah. He did come at you though. Tried to.
4 points.
So they each have 4. They're both pretty well wounded. Okay.
Now it's a niche, and I hope we win.
So do I. 3.
5.
Yeah, there you go.
Here I am.
Here I am.
So, how are we looking in this? Am I coming up from behind them?
No.
So, okay. So this is straight up.
This would be straight up, but you can tell these guys are like holding their sides.
Yep.
They appear to both be pretty well wounded.
You can go first. Finish one off, and then I'll finish the other. Go for it.
You should have a chip too, by the way, if I didn't give you one.
We both have one,
Yeah,
yes.
you both, yeah. So if you do get one.
10? No?
AC 7. Is that it?
Oh, that hits them.
Yeah, it should be right on the bottom of your sheet.
Half.
4.
Well, that's enough.
So
Yeah.
I rolled 3 3s in a row on that.
That's okay.
And
That's
I will
enough.
say, again, for the crowd's sympathy, the Temple of Set just damaged my sister. 12. I'm trying to. And there were what?
AC 7.
I needed a 12.
Perfect.
And I don't know if there's a modifier involved in that. So
yeah.
My damage, unfortunately, was a 1.
But it's enough. I said these guys were close, remember?
Mhm.
These are kind of just flunkies. They're both down. Okay.
And I'll make an announcement after that. The Temple of Set just attacked my sister in her room because they wanted her to be part of the ritual.
And we'll say at just that moment, she comes down looking bruised and, torn asunder. And she goes, she kind of like hears you and she just kind of nods and says, "See what they've done to me." And having a woman there kind of like kind of sells the story, and they're like, those bastards. You hear
Hashtag Me Too.
Yeah, you hear the crowd going, oh, you bastards. Damn, we've had enough of them, you know. Then people start kicking the corpse of Tharn. This one's like he's a priest or a high up or something, I can tell. They start like mutilating his body.
No, I've never seen him before.
All right, so you guys survive. Again, it was a close call for Rorik.
Gosh. Yeah, I'll spend the boat ride healing.
Yeah,
we can take care of that, my good man.
I tell you what, let's just do this, okay? The Temple of Set people are cowed within the city, unless you're going to do something else. If you're just prepared to lay low and get on that ship tomorrow, that's fine with me. We can just go right to that. Or if there's something special you want to do, or anything
Travis
else.
keeps saying search them, but our characters might not do that. That might be out of our character.
And what else is happening too? When I said that crowd was mutilating them, and they've already searched them.
Yeah,
yeah.
Travis, I hear you, but my character wouldn't.
Yeah, that was a good thought for sure. Yeah, search Tharn. Yep. Yep. Well played. All right, so you maybe don't get any treasure. Alas, Tharn is dead. From them, but the next day when you're getting on the ship and people are kind of like, because of what you did as far as like setting up your quote unquote sister as a victim, it seems like everybody's kind of like is ashamed of what they did. And now they're kind of like, oh, well, we need to protect these guys, even though the threat is pretty much gone.
Maybe someone sent the doctor up to my room last night.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So, the next day, you're getting on the ship. It's kind of the talk of the dock area, what happened. The bodies were dragged and put on a cart overnight, at some point after poor Tharn was just horribly mutilated, but
poor Tharn.
Yeah.
He's a bastard.
He owed that. He was owed.
Yeah.
Paid in full.
Just as you guys are getting on the ship in the morning, you see her coming up and coming up the gangplank. And then behind you can hear that same noble say, "See here, my beloved, wait. I won't let you get on that ship."
How close are we to that?
We'll say you're already on the ship.
I know
you got your stuff.
Like when she gets on the ship, how close are we to her on the ship?
Oh, you're right there. Yeah.
Then I'll grab my sister and I'll grab Rorik and we'll make like a little barricade. So if this guy comes in, she has time to get away. Like as if she gets lost in the crowd type thing.
Yeah. Well, she's on the ship and you guys make the barricade. He comes up and says, "That is my bride to be. Allow me to pass."
Is this one bothering you, sweet lady?
She says, "A little bit," Aurora.
A little bit?
Yeah.
Sir, step back, get off the boat.
He says, "You have no idea. You have no idea who you're talking to."
I tell you what.
I am Cromar, Prince Cromar.
If I had a copper coin for every time someone said I had an idea, I'd be a wealthy man.
Yeah.
Maybe
He's not a very intimidating looking guy. I mean, he's not just a normal dude, maybe a little handsome, but not very,
Well, then I'll
not a threat.
I'll step into his zone.
Yeah.
And I won't wince from the pain. I'm going to ask you again. Step off the boat.
He says
you're bothering
a
the
common
lady?
ruffian. A common ruffian.
Oh, perhaps I am.
He says, "Fine." He does say to one of the ship hands who's getting the ship ready. He says, "Boy, where does this ship head to?" He says, "We aim for Civ, Fagland." And he says, "Well." He puts his hands on his hips and says, "Maybe I'll see you later." Harump. He turns around and walks down the gangplank and he says, "Aurora, I have not given up on you."
Holy shit.
Him and his little retinue of, probably dandies and
fops.
Fops. They walk off and who knows? Aurora says, "Thank you for that. I owe you, good sir."
I am going to go over to Soraya and I'll apologize for what I did, but I tell her it was necessary, and I'll bring her the equivalent of an ice pack.
Yeah, well, this is the next day. I mean, she understands, you know. I mean, she understands, you know.
It's my way of being nice to her, because I haven't been very nice to her.
No, she says it ended up being the right thing to do. She's like, don't worry. She kind of jokingly says, I'll take it out of your share. We'll leave it there.
Thank you.
All right. We done. Thank you all for sticking around.
Thanks for sticking around, everybody.
Yep.
She likes it rough.
That she do. All right.
We weren't rolling good on damage.
No,
not terribly
I missed
good.
Missed maybe once or twice, but all my damages were like, you know, kind of minimal.
Half.
Yeah.
3 plus 1. 3.
Thank you, Dazzle Beef. Thank you guys. You guys were fire tonight.
You guys were awesome.
There's my chip. I just tossed it in, gang. I don't have the chip in.
Well, gotta earn that back. It's my only concession to it being a live play. We got to give these guys a little bit of an edge. So I'll give them a free reroll if they've earned it. And Otto just did his. So all right, it's way late. We still have to eat. So I'm gonna get you out of here with something simple.
And I got to get something to drink.
Yeah. You better before you pass out, buddy. Thanks everybody. Love you all. Peace. We'll talk to you soon. Watch that video I did on Conan. The Conan RPG is very good.
Doing really good.
Very,
it's
very
like
good.
6,000 views or something.
Yeah, 6,500. So first 2 days. So going like gangbusters. Just like Rigoberto. I needed a hit. All right. Peace, guys. Love you.
I love this place.
Back when I was a kid, life was going swell. Till something happened. Blew everything to hell. That night my daddy stumbled in, all pale and weak. Said a woman up the block just gave birth to a geek. Mom said, sell it to the circus. What the heck? Dad said, nope, this one's a pencil neck. And if there's one thing lower than a sideshow freak, it's a gritty, scum-sucking, pencil-neck geek. You see, if you take a pencil that won't hold lead, looks like a pipe cleaner attached to a head, add a buggy whip body with a brain that leaks, you got yourself a grit-eating pencil-neck geek. Pencil-neck geek, grit-eating freak, scum-sucking pea-head with a lousy physique. He's a one-man, no-gut, losing streak. Nothing but a pencil-neck geek. Pencil-neck geek. Soon the geeks were popping up all over town. You couldn't hardly sneeze without knocking one down. After a nice juicy steak, if you need a toothpick, just reach for a geek. They'll do the trick. One day we cut one up for fish bait. Learned our lesson just a little bit late. Soon as the geek hit the drink, the water turned red. Next day, sure enough, all the fish were dead. Pencil-neck geek, grit-eating freak, scum-sucking pea-head with a lousy physique. He's a one-man, no-gut, losing streak. Nothing but a pencil-neck geek. Most any night, you know where I can be found. Yeah, stomping some geek's head into the ground. So keep the faith, cause in Blassie you can trust. I won't give up till the last geek bites the dust. Pencil-neck geek, grit-eating freak, scum-sucking pea-head with a lousy physique. He's a one-man, no-gut, losing streak. Nothing but a pencil-neck geek. They say these geeks come a dime a dozen. I'm looking for the guy who's supplying the dimes. It's gonna be real hard times for all of these grit-eating, scum-sucking, boot-licking, drop-kicking, gut-grinding, nail-biting, glue-sniffing, scab-picking, butt-scratching, egg-hatching, sleazy, smelly, pepper-bellied, dirty, lousy, rotten, stinking freaks. Nothing but a pencil-neck geek. Pencil-neck geek.